yards last year. It's amazing that some people don't consider him a top 5 quarterback. I don't know how much better the defense is going to be. Probably not much better. It's got to be a little bit better, though. So I think they make the playoffs.
10 run to the window bets now. Get these best odds. Mike Evans over 925.5 receiving yards of the Buccaneers.
What's he, 53 now, Mike Evans?
Age-wise, yeah.
He's been in the league a while, hasn't he?
He has, and has suffered some injuries.
Yeah, I will tell you, man, he is so freaking consistent, and he is one of the greatest we've ever seen.
Another offensive coordinator change.
And you are still relying on a quarterback that nobody, although he's been good the last couple of years, nobody gives him any credit. But Mike Evans, the last time he went under that number?
His freshman year at Texas A&M.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never done it. He's had a 1,000-yard season plus every year in the NFL. I know in 2013 he did with A&M. He probably did in 12.
Now, Godwin's back, deep receiving core, but they seem to make a point to get the ball to Mike Evans when he's healthy.
Yeah.
And he did it like last year. He only played in 14 games and had over 1,000 yards.
Run to the window, 10 bets, CBS Sports NFL. New England Patriots to make the playoffs. Plus 148.
To make the playoffs?
Run to the window?
My Lord. There's zero chance I'd run to the window on that
They
one.
are going to be much improved. I think Drake May is going to be the real deal, but I don't think they're going to make the postseason. The AFC's too tough.
Run to the window, plus 175. 49ers to win the NFC West.
As good as the Rams can be this year, I think the 49ers, the bounce back, and, talked about dinner last night. One of the guys, big 49ers fan, shout out to Mitri. And we talked about how many, they were decimated by injuries. The 49ers are going to bounce back in a big way. So, I got no problem with that.
Run to the window, plus 1,400. Rashee Rice to win Comeback Player of the Year. Kansas City wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Run to the window, Devontae Adams, over 925.5 receiving yards.
I like where their head is on this one.
Do you? He's with the Rams.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's going to be such a focus on Puka. Devontae's numbers went backwards a little bit, but now he is in a very efficient offense, and he is going to be the number 2 option.
2 more. Run to the window, Denver Broncos, over 9.5 wins.
I kind of like this one. When you made us pick a dark horse Super Bowl team or world champion, whichever way you worded it, I threw Denver out there. It's as far back as I'm willing to go. I think Denver's going to have a really good year.
Yeah,
I like
I do
that
too.
one.
I mean, the defense has always been good,
Yep.
and now you saw the emergence of Bo Nix last year, and so they've got a little confidence. He's perfect quarterback in the Sean Payton system. I think they're probably 10, 11 wins.
And the last one, Dak Prescott to throw for 4,000 plus yards, over 4,000 yards.
Well, much like Tua, injury is always an issue with Dak Prescott, or always a concern. Maybe not always an issue, but always a concern. A healthy Dak Prescott has generally put up those numbers. Also like Tua, though, Jim, a lot of people have described those as empty calories. He puts those numbers up, but what do you have to show for it?
Okay, so Dak has played 6 full seasons of his 10 seasons.
Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
It's time to pull the trigger on the Next Round merch that you've been eyeing. We know there's a lot to choose from at nextround.store, so here's a few of our favorite picks. If you want to match LT and Brown, go with the TNR logo hoodie and throw in one of Dunaway's favorite hats. Any of them will do. The Backroom's go-to is the classic logo t-shirt, while my personal favorite is the light blue TNR crew neck. All of these items can be found at nextround.store and are EG approved. Rest assured, your order will be packed with lots of love from us here at the Next Round. Head over to nextround.store to start filling up your cart. Do you need some refreshed college wear to represent your team this year? Shop Roback's Game Day collection that includes both Alabama and Auburn. From quarter zips to hoodies, Roback has it all. Get 20% off on us using code TNR20 at roback.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We have so much college football and NFL content to talk about today. It's going to feel like a football show, so sit back and enjoy that. We'll have one hot take on the NBA Summer League from last night. I did not watch it. I refused to watch it, but a lot of you did. It's on every TV screen in a sports bar that I go into. It is up there. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Tyler and Forrester behind the big glass. Little T still on vacation. She'll join us in Atlanta on Monday. And we start our coverage Monday from Atlanta. One of our great sponsors will be bringing us all our coverage from over in Atlanta in the College Football Hall of Fame, Brownie. And we look forward to getting over there and enjoying the conversation and such.
Excited. Our friends at Baptist Health will bring you all the coverage there in Atlanta. And it is going to be Alabama Day Tuesday, Auburn Day Wednesday. Do I have that right? Or is it the vice versa?
In my
Tuesday,
head,
Wednesday?
it's the other way around. I don't know.
Auburn Day Tuesday, Alabama Day Wednesday. So,
look at my
Tuesday or Wednesday.
I was on with
Baptist Health packet here.
There's your schedule. There's your schedule.
Hey, Texas people are already complaining about the media day schedules. Like Texas comes in, they think immediately we're going to win this conference.
What's their complaint?
That they have to leave the state of Texas to go to it? Because we went to Dallas last year.
Our friend Chip Brown was bitching about the layout yesterday.
I mean, my God.
What about the layout? Like the actual physical layout?
No, just the teams, the paired. He's like, you would think that you want to have a team that's going to kick this thing off that can win it, to get everybody there.
Well,
and
they
a team
do.
That's,
It's LSU.
I know.
LSU could win this
We
thing.
did agree on LSU, although
I
he
can't
is
wait
not
till
high
Chip
on
gets
LSU.
on. I'm going at Chip right when he gets
You
on
do
with us
it.
at 11 o'clock.
My God, his head looks huge in that picture. And then he said, you got to have somebody that could win it to close it out. And he's like, the only viable is Texas A&M. That's not really viable.
Yeah.
So, look, Chip's bitching the bitch.
I don't think they put that much thought into it.
They don't think about the last.
By the way,
day.
I didn't
last
realize
day's bad.
Chip was single in 2014 when we used to be on his show. He was on our show, but he told a great Playboy Mansion story yesterday when I was on with him.
So he used to be single, but he's not anymore.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he said that, he ran hard at the Playboy Mansion in 2014.
Oh, my.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Successfully ran hard?
Well, I wouldn't call it a success. I mean, security ended up, telling him that
But you're
he
telling
needed
me
to
Chip
scat
had
and
some
stuff.
game inside the Playboy Mansion?
I don't want to say it was game. I mean, Chip showed me a picture. It was him and three bimbos, but it was funny. He had a Detroit Lions T-shirt with a blazer on.
A blazer over a Detroit Lions T-shirt?
Yeah, I'll text him and tell him to make sure he's got that picture ready, or I'll get it sent to Forrester.
Yeah, get it sent to you so we
Okay.
can have it to pop it up. So many questions. Chip Brown, 2 hours from now. Will we ever get there? Because Texas is our number one team. You know that already because we haven't mentioned them. One person did not have Texas in their ranking out of 46. One person had them unranked.
Oh, wow. Mike Oko.
Other
Did he get a vote?
Other than one person, I had of all the 46 voters, I was the second lowest one at 6. And then that other person did not have them in the top 25. Do you think they intentionally left them out, or do you don't think they
Man, I think there's sometimes when you can go through it and you be like, damn, Arizona State won the Big 12 and got in the college football playoff, and I left them out somehow. I don't think you can leave Texas out unless you purposely leave Texas out this year.
As I pointed out to Dunaway, though, every year we have a top 10 team that finishes unranked. Now, I don't think it'll be Texas.
Oh, God, would you not love that?
I don't think it'll be Texas, but I will say every year, and we'll do it this year, in August, probably August 3rd, 4th, whatever, the Associated Press poll will come out. We'll throw that stat out, and we'll say, this is the year it's not going to happen. I cannot find a top 10 team that I think will finish unranked, and it happens almost every year.
Who was it last year?
There was 3, I think. I wanted to do it. Florida State was definitely one. I wanted to do this on the fly whenever we can, and I was going to save it for next week. But what is going to be the biggest disappointment for the 2025 college football season?
Okay,
we can do our top 3, whatever. But if Texas was to be unranked, it would be one of the biggest stories.
You ain't kidding.
You guys help. I guess Florida State was kind of.
Would you
one
love
of those stories.
Would you love to ask that guy though that because it was one of our male voters that left them off the top 25 if that was a mistake or if he intentionally, if you could ask him, would you?
Yeah, I would. And let me ask you this.
Okay, hold on. Well, you are horrible to let me set stuff up.
I know, but I just wanted to say one thing and then you can have it.
Okay.
Where does he have Texas A&M? That's the only thing I wanted to know. And you can roll now, but if he's got A&M in the top 10, then he's obviously an A&M fan and he hates Texas. Is that fair?
That would be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he had Texas A&M ranked. Maybe he did. I save all these votes.
He had to have some teams ranked, right?
He did. Did not have Texas A&M ranked.
Okay.
I'm going to try to set up the joke one more time.
Back it up.
If you could ask this guy, would you want to ask him?
Sure.
Hey, Bo!
I think he just walked out on the phone.
Oh, he did? He walked out during the whole setup? Bo, who works up here with us, did not have Texas ranked. I feel like it was a mistake. And I did this. It was always my biggest concern when I was an AP voter that when I would lay out my top 25 before I'd send it in, I would check that thing more than Santa would check it to make sure I had all the teams in there. I'd have the old one, and then I'd go double check it, and then I'd have the others receiving votes, and I'd have it all. Because I was always fearful, like, I would turn in my top 25 ballot and I would have overskipped one or something.
We'll see how this thing plays out. Bo, a very hard worker, but I don't think he knows his head from his ass when it comes to these polls.
Wow.
Well, he had Penn State at number 1.
He did.
Penn State at number 1, and Texas not even in the top 25.
He had Penn State at 1, and 4 other people had him at number 1. He had Clemson 2. Everybody had Clemson at 2. Bama 3. Roll Dam. Oregon, Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Miami, Florida, LSU, Michigan at 11, BYU, Tennessee, Boise at 14, Louisville at 15, Kansas State 16, Ole Miss 17, South Carolina 18, SMU 19, Arizona State 20, Auburn 21. I mean, nothing really bad yet.
Well, I caught hell last year when I had Florida State at 25 in our poll.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody, including the great Nick Saban, said, hey, this Florida State team ain't dropping off at all. And I think that is probably one of the biggest disasters in the last 25 years. But if Texas was to, what would it take for them to be out of the top 25? 7-5?
Yeah, probably.
I read you 21 and pause to set up the 22 I was about to read you, and then you jump in with that. The 22 is Wisconsin that he has in there.
Well, they do play Bama this year, right? That helps Bama strength the schedule.
See, you think that's
He is a big Bama fan.
That's his angle?
I was joking with Brown that I almost think leaving Texas out is more believable than having Wisconsin in the top 25 the way the season is going to play out for the Badgers.
To completely close the loop here, to start the year last year, preseason AP top 25, Michigan number 9, Florida State number 10. That's 2.
Did Michigan sneak in at the end after beating Alabama?
They did not.
They did not. Okay.
Too much damage had been done already, Jim. Michigan.
So they ended up with the wins over Ohio State and Alabama and didn't sneak in back into the top 25?
7-5. You know, they were 5-5 going into that. No. Yeah, 7-5 to end the season. I think they got 8-5. They should have been ranked.
7-5 with wins over Ohio State and Alabama. I'd have put them in my top 25.
Well, who of these would you have dropped out? 10-3 Syracuse?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Okay, next.
12-2 Army?
Yes.
Okay, Jim hates America.
No, I mean, it's just.
So you think Michigan was better than Syracuse?
At the end of the year, that's the way you vote.
I do.
At the end of the year, do you not think Michigan was a better football team than Syracuse?
No, I think Michigan would have beaten Army, Missouri, UNLV, Memphis, and Colorado.
There's the rest of them.
Yeah. See, there you go.
But to be completely fair, I also don't put a ton of stock in bowl games. Like, I don't think the AP should do a final ranking. What does it matter?
Yeah.
I got the college football playoffs at that point. I don't need you to tell me who's number 1 and number 2. I literally see it play out.
All right, so there you go. I didn't mean to go 8 minutes on Bo's ranking, but I was shocked today because I keep everybody's poll and I run through them every morning to tell you who's got what, where, and when Bo didn't have Texas in there, I thought it was interesting that one person did not have our number 1 overall team. Not in his top 25. Maybe he ends up being a savant at the end of the year. Maybe he's able to see it when it's all said and done. We've got amazing sound from Hugh Freeze, the Auburn coach, which I should have gotten to already, but I haven't. After I tell you about a couple of our great sponsors, one of them is Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys.
That's right. They you don't pay a dime unless they win your case at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Shannara.com. Shannara.com. They are a national firm with Southern roots. He's a Birmingham guy, and that's why the headquarters are right here in Birmingham. And they have been here for 24 years. They've grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members, and they've recovered more than $2 billion. And they've done that by maintaining some core values, and they're Alexander's core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. So when you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com. Shannara.
God,
.com.
I'm losing Brown's
Guys,
connection. It's starting to gurgle a little bit.
This is. Oh, go ahead, Lance.
No, I was just going to say, is this going to be bad for media days next week?
It's an ongoing concern for me. I am slowly losing my voice. I'm not being dramatic here. I've brought this up to some friends and family, and I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but this is happening more and more often. And I've actually polled some medical professionals to see, and I've gotten some different theories on this. It is a bit concerning, though.
So is there a possibility you lose your voice?
I hope not. I mean, it's what I do for a living. But
Easy way to retire early. You got long-term disability?
I do.
Yeah.
In fact, the people I have my retirement with, the company, a massive company, wouldn't insure it because they're like, we can't insure a voice. So I actually had to go find somebody that would do it. So, I mean, it is insured, but I don't want to. That doesn't really help me feel better. I don't want to lose a voice. But
Yeah, I mean,
So Shakira's butt and your
I
voice
know,
are both.
probably
Who
different values.
Who thought Brown would lose his voice before Shakira lost her butt?
Probably at different values, Lance. Her
Or was it
butt,
her legs?
Or Jim. No, it was
Beyonce, no.
Carrie Underwood's legs, I think.
Yeah.
No, I think you are right about Shakira.
Maybe it's her hips.
Or was it Faith Hill's legs?
Well, they don't lie.
Yeah, they don't.
Tyler.
We got to get this Hugh Freeze
Okay,
sounds.
go ahead, Lance.
Even though
That's
that's
all
an
right.
amazing topic and a very sad note there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Brown. Way
I'm sorry.
to drop that in
Anyway,
there.
go ahead, Lance. I
I'm
didn't
not a
mean
doctor, but I'm going to tell you, I think it's just congestion draining.
It is not. It has been with and without congestion. That is zero connection. to
I
it.
have heard of a lot of people losing their hearing
Yeah.
as they get older.
You know, he is losing his hearing.
Yeah, but I didn't realize you're going to lose your voice. I just
I
hope
hope
we're
not.
on that policy.
Okay. Wow. How it impacts Lance, huh?
Yeah, always.
You got a commercial, don't you? Go
Yeah.
ahead. I interrupted you, Lance.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Hey, like if you're going to be in Birmingham, you're going to be in Atlanta. We broadcast from the Twin Peaks over there in Buckhead multiple times. Next week, they've got a bikini costume party all week. Specials on your favorite summer beverages, including
costumes?
29-degree drafts to keep you cool, refreshing cocktails, and cheap shots. Nobody likes girls running around in bikini costumes and cheap shots.
That's right.
Bring the crew, grab watermelon margaritas topped with a watermelon Red Bull, didn't know that existed, and a Paloma to beat the heat. That's going to be going on all next week. 29-degree drafts, legendary Twin Peak girls running around all over the place, stopping for lunch or dinner. It's Twin Peaks.
I love a good Paloma. Is that just grapefruit juice and vodka? Something else, maybe?
I am not a grapefruit guy at all.
But is that what that is? A Paloma?
I really don't know.
Hey, Paloma is tequila, lime juice, and grapefruit soda.
That's
Okay.
what it is, yeah.
Close.
It's tequila, not vodka. Good Paloma. It's pretty good. All right, Hugh Freeze, amazing sound here. It's amazing. It comes from See Ball, Get Ball, David Pollack's podcast. And two amazing sound bites here because it's Hugh talking about the two things that have been talked about most with Hugh. We'll do cut two first. We'll do them backwards in the way. But you got to go see this entire podcast, See Ball, Get Ball with David Pollack. In fact, set it up and watch it all the time. It's always good content with David here. And See Ball, Get Ball if you're looking for it. Hugh actually gets asked by David's co-host about how he's going to handle SEC Media Days, where he inevitably is going to get asked about his golf game. And Hugh Freeze answered the question. Here is Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze.
A lot of people are talking about your golf game, and obviously it's sort of talking season, and media days are coming up next week. Do you have do you plan hey, I've got a speech, or I'm just going to wing it, or how do you go about prepping for the event that has now become SEC Media Days?
Yeah, I really have never been a big planner for that. I just kind of like to be transparent and truthful. And I know that, people, this is that time where people are looking for things to write about. And I do love golf. I enjoy playing. It gets away. But what people don't realize is it's probably, I assure you, I never missed a camp day or a recruiting day but if camp got over at 3:00 one day and Jill and I go out at 4:30, we absolutely might do that. And I'm not apologizing for that part of it, but my focus is 100% on getting Auburn in that win column this fall.
Okay, now that's very fair. That's a good answer from Hugh, and that's very fair. I haven't missed anything I'm supposed to do. If camp ended at 3 and he lives very close to a golf course, if Jill and I get out at 4:30, which is a very common time to play golf, all my rounds end when the sun is setting. We play the 18th hole all the time, almost in darkness. And I would imagine his and Jill's round takes about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. 24 hours in a day. That's a fair answer.
Okay,
that's
a fair answer, but the optics, the fact that you are making top 20 money and you've been 6-7 and 5-7, and where the recruiting is might not be fair for the majority of people to judge him where he is right now. But the bottom line is, I mean, you got to be able to read the room. And right now, the room is not kind to Hugh, and you're just giving extra ammunition. I mean, people have got to live their lives, but it becomes difficult when you're in the public eye like this and you're making $8 million a year.
No, I mean, there's no doubt. And, you know, I've always said, and I want to separate what I'm about to say from Hugh Freeze here, okay? This is not necessarily directed at Hugh Freeze. This is directed at the industry as a whole, okay? A lot of coaches maybe don't complain about everything that comes with making $8 or $10 million as a football coach. But it is a frustration of theirs, obviously, right? I mean, I'm sure Hugh is frustrated that he's got to defend how many times he plays golf, right? I mean, that would be frustrating. And you could hear it in his answer right there. Like, I don't miss camp day. I don't miss anything recruiting. But, hey, if camp's done at 3 and I can be on the first tee by 4:30, you better believe I'm going to do it, right? If I'm not missing anything. And I think privately, coaches are more vocal about their frustrations about those kinds of things. But I don't ever hear any of those coaches say, no, don't give me that raise. Keep me at $2 million. And my only point is, as coaches have just raked in this money as, I mean, the boom from the day Nick Saban took the Alabama job at $4 million a year to the day now that coaches are getting $12 or $13 million, these guys have raked in that money. You don't rake in that kind of money without also raking in that type of microscope that you have to live under.
See, I disagree.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, thank you. I disagree that that it's the actual amount of money. I think it's just the exposure that the game has now, the number of people who comment on the game that didn't comment when it was just Herb Winches and Sports Talk on AM 690 in the afternoon, and now the industry has grown where there's radio and there's a bazillion of these things that we do every day. There's social media to comment on that. There's message boards to comment on that. I think if he was making $2 million a year, that Auburn fans would have comments if that's where the recruiting was, if it was $2 million or if it was $1 million or if it was $4 million. I don't think because the dollar value is up where it is now that the microscope's any different. The passion has always been there. When Bear Bryant was making $220,000, they wanted to run him out in the 1960s. I just think there's more platforms for people to voice their opinions and to churn this thing of, Hugh's playing golf. They didn't get this recruit. Hugh's playing golf. They didn't get this recruit. Here's this other answer right here that is actually a better answer than the one he just gave about losing the big 5-star recruit from Benjamin Russell last week to Alabama. And I just said it again. I just made in Hugh's mind a mistake by saying he lost that recruit to Alabama. Now, it came down to Alabama and Auburn, and he chose Alabama over Auburn. So in my mind, he lost that recruit to Alabama. But in today's world, we've got revenue sharing, which means you basically, most places you're supposed to have a salary cap on what your roster is going to look like, which means your quarterbacks can only make a certain amount of money, your running backs can only make a certain amount of money, your wide receivers can only make a certain amount of money. So here's Hugh Freeze on the perception that he lost a recruit with David Pollack on see ball, get ball.
I'm going to operate in the manner that our administration has interpreted it. I think it's a long game play for us that I think is going to work out in our favor because we're doing it very transparent in the way we believe the settlement is written to operate, if that makes any sense. And the other thing that nobody talks about, I don't listen to much. I'm not on social media anymore. My daughter does it. Well, Freeze is not getting this receiver in state, and he's not getting, do y'all realize on paper, I'm not losing a single receiver. This is not like David in the old days where you just sign 25 guys and then you figure out who the 85 are. This is actually a salary cap world, and I like our receiver room. How do I go and make offers to other receivers at numbers that these other schools are when I'm like, come January, I kind of want to keep the one I have?
So he's saying he got outbid.
Yeah.
Because the kid ended up going to Alabama. So essentially, Hugh is saying Alabama was willing to pay more for the Benjamin Russell receiver than we needed to.
That's right, because
we have budgeted for.
Because I've got some really good receivers that I've got to pay to not only have right now, I've got to pay them again after this season so that I have them for next year.
Well, my question would be, did you mismanage the quarterback room last year?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about last year with Peyton Thorne.
Yeah. I mean, look, you felt really confident that you had a good quarterback room last year.
Yeah. Well, but on the wide receivers, put this to bed here, that does make sense in this new world that if you've recruited well at a position, you want to keep those guys because they've now played for you and you think they're pretty good.
But you can always get better.
You can, but you can only play so many receivers. And
you can only pay so much, is what he's saying. I got a salary cap.
That's right. I can only really, to fit into our wide receiver room, I need to get this guy at this price. And he's a dang good receiver, but I think I got 2 or 3 dang good receivers too.
Yeah.
So I can only pay that. And I don't know if any of that is true.
Well, I don't think his receiver room is a problem at all.
No, it is not.
I don't think so either. I don't know if any of that is true, what Hugh is saying, but both of those are damn good answers.
So if it's not true, he's done really good. Somebody's done good PR for him.
I told Forrester that. I was like, those are 2 really good answers. He says he doesn't rehearse before he goes to SEC Media Days. When you sit down and you try to criticize Hugh Freeze on the 2 big things this offseason, those are 2 good answers he's going to have ready in Atlanta next week.
And here's the thing, Lance, and this is going to be something we're going to have to get used to in this world. If people abide by the salary cap, and I don't know how big that if has to be in the sentence I am about to say right here, but if people abide by the salary cap, you're just going to have to get used to, you may, the biggest player in your state at a certain position, you may just have to say, that is not a position of need for us right now. We can't afford to pay because at offensive tackle, we are thick and we are paid up.
That's right.
You better hope that position performs.
You better hope. But, I mean, that's true in the NFL, too. I mean, if a free agent's out there and you're like, we like what we got, we're not going to get this free agent, and then you suck.
The flip side of that is the guy from Benjamin Russell is a projected first-round NFL draft pick with first-round NFL size and first-round NFL speed.
Right. I don't know how we've done that with him just playing at Ben Russell, but okay.
Maybe the best wide receiver to come out of the state since Julio Jones, some are saying.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one to get.
I know. I just at some point though, the best guy in your state, if you're full in that room, you could just say, okay, just add another one. We've got 25 scholarships, so what? We're full in that room.
No, I do think both were rehearsed. I think the receiver room answer much better than the first.
I agree.
Because again, I go back to the optics. I mean, if Tom Brady and Giselle got remarried, what would it look like if she took karate again?
Well,
I mean, there's just certain things.
Yeah.
You need to know that.
I forgot it was a karate instructor.
But if I've got back-to-back losing seasons, I'm going to keep my golf to myself.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Before LT reacts to TV3 down here in the question that was up there, the show being brought to you by a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our friends at Hemp Hill that bring you lanceslock.com, lanceslock.com.
More winners up today. Disastrous night last night, 0-3 Major League Baseball. We try to be transparent with you. We have had a winning season thus far, though. Jump on board, though. Lanceslock.com. Free play every single day. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there for more information. HempHillServices.com.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Stay on top of your health. 205-930-0920. 16 wonderful locations. One near you. Find the one closest to you by going to urologycentersalabama.com. And guys, you can stay on top of your health as you age from your 20s, as some of you are that watch the show, into your 30s, as more of you are. That's a sweet spot for our show right there. And then 40s and 50s and so on. Urology Centers helps you with early detection to prostate health and everything from prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between. Urology Centers of Alabama. UrologyCentersAlabama.com is the website. 205-930-0920. And they do vasectomies too. Go check them out. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. What we're reacting to on one of our myriad of 5 TV screens on this big wall where the cameras are here in our studio, is TV3 on Get Up, where Greeny is off this week. So they've got the fill-in host who likes college football more than Greeny does. So Feinbaum has been on there back-to-back days, and today Feinbaum was on. Yesterday it was Hugh Freeze was
Who
a
is
big
hosting?
topic. I don't know his name. That's why I said the fill-in host. But back to the point is
Harry Douglas was on there with Feinbaum, and they were talking about what does Kalen DeBoer have to do this year, and the graphic said Harry Douglas says Kalen DeBoer is on a hot seat this year. I mean, I guess technically, if he was to go 8-4,
I mean, I guess you always are on a hot seat at a place like Ohio State or Alabama.
I mean, he's not getting blown out. We talked about the look of 9-3 for Auburn, the look of 9-3 for Alabama. 9-3 is going to be unacceptable if Alabama doesn't get to a college football playoff. I think he can play his way onto a hot seat, but he's not on a hot seat right now.
Listen, I just jumped on the new college football game last night, and I wanted to be, before I start my real dynasty, I wanted to get the feel of the game. So I said, I'll set up the dynasty mode. I'll be Auburn. And I replaced Hugh Freeze with the Jim Dunaway image. Cut up, bald guy.
Do we have that image?
In his early 40s.
Yeah,
No.
can't we please? Did you wear a visor?
No visor.
Okay.
Just my bald head out there with a chart.
If I ever played, Albert Brooks is my coach.
So,
My God.
so I played. I think I played 7 games, and I simulated 5, the ones that I knew Auburn would win.
Easy wins.
I didn't win any of the games.
The ones you played or the
I
simulated?
didn't win any of the games I played. 5-7.
Ouch.
And
Did you get fired?
I got fired.
Did you? And that was your first year.
My
or second
first year. Yeah.
So you got fired in your first year going 5-7?
Yeah. Auburn's a tough place, man.
Did you get a good buyout?
Well, not really.
It's Auburn, so of course.
Hughes pulled this back-to-back years. He hadn't gotten
I
fired.
got a good buyout, but apparently the guy who puts a yellow tag on everything did not like me.
So did your computer image never have to work again? Was it that good of a buyout?
My computer image does have a nice house on the lake.
Is your computer image now offensive coordinator at Cal?
Hey, that would be incredible as part of the lottery system. One person in that game has the program. If you get fired, you get a buyout from EA Sports. And it's just $1 million, Who's going to get the buyout this year?
Everybody's like, why are you going for it on 4th and 20? I don't know. Seemed like the play.
That lottery play hasn't popped up yet. Nobody's claimed it yet. I guess something could happen that you lose enough games that they could make a change in Tuscaloosa. But you guys brought up the contract. It was a stupid question.
Yeah, it's a summer question.
I still think we're sleep. I know at times it looked like Kalen DeBoer might have been in over his head with that Alabama job just because you had some personalities that didn't seem like maybe they were on the same page, and some of the losses defensively, what they gave up to Vanderbilt, offensively, what they didn't put out against Oklahoma. But you just look at Kalen DeBoer's body of work from wherever he's been. I mean, do you guys not get a feeling this is going to be a special year in Tuscaloosa?
I do. Oddly, the one game last year, outside of Vanderbilt and Oklahoma were terrible days. I felt like the game where Kalen DeBoer just seemed like all right, this was different than I thought it was going to be, was Tennessee. It just felt like they didn't have an exceptional play. I think maybe they didn't realize how hostile that environment could be.
I was at that game. You know what? The imagery you're getting there, the feel from that, I'm going to say it. I think they realized that they had a quarterback that was very inconsistent and strong-headed in that game.
Okay. Interesting way of putting it there.
Yeah.
Inconsistent, but inconsistent is one thing. We all saw that strong-headed is the one.
Yeah. I think there were...
The complaint has been he didn't run enough in that game.
Yeah. I think they realized after that game that they maybe had to coach that position a little differently the rest of the year.
Well, that was the first game where a lot of people are like, is Milroe trying to prove he can stand in the pocket and throw?
Yeah.
There were runs there that he declined and stood in the pocket.
Like, I thought Alabama at halftime, it was such a boring game. They were up 7-0. But he got outcoached in the second half. As much as I like DeBoer, the adjustments went the way of Heupel and his staff.
And that was the first time that just the start of that game, it didn't seem like they had a great plan for the crowd noise. They started, I think, with 2 delays or a delay in an offsides or so. It just seemed like, I don't know, man. It just seemed like they didn't have a great plan for. And listen, that's part of first-year growth, right? I mean, this is a guy that has coached his entire career out on the West Coast. You go to the Neyland Stadium for the first time, like, man, this place is loud. You know where they were ready for it? Baton Rouge. I think they learned some lessons, Jim, and you were at both these games. I think they learned some lessons in Neyland that paid off when they went to Tiger Stadium. Was that a juiced atmosphere at Tiger Stadium?
It was. Remember, they had the fake tiger.
Well, even
that's right. I forgot about it. Well, it was a true tiger, but it wasn't the LSU
true tiger, but
Yeah.
not their tiger.
You know, the week before, they host Missouri coming off that disappointing loss to Tennessee, and they completely dominate 34-0. And so for those next 2 weeks, I thought that they got everything back. And then Mercer was Mercer, but then you have the Oklahoma game. So it was just a weird first year.
That one's hard to fly. I didn't feel like that was crowd noise. I don't know what that was at Oklahoma. Maybe one day we'll know the whole story there. But I felt like maybe in Knoxville there was like a bit of a learning curve of SEC road games that paid off in Baton Rouge.
A lot more college football to get to, including unveiling our number one team in our next segment. And we'll talk a little Texas football. They've survived the 40-40 gauntlet to be our preseason number one team. I believe for the first time that we've done this, that Texas is our number one team in the preseason. We'll circle back to the Hugh Freeze sound. But if you want to see that whole interview, it is See Ball, Get Ball, the David Pollack podcast. And Hugh, very good there answering a couple of good questions. The show being brought to you by our friends at A+. When we come back, another reason why I think the best 30 of 30 all time is still to come out there when it comes to college football. Now, I watched the Pony Excess.
It's going to be hard to beat that one, yeah.
The Miami one was really good. Those are my two favorite ones. But I think the best one is still out there, and I'll tell you why it is coming up.
Did you like The Best That Never Was? The Marcus Dupree? I thought that one was
that was a good one. That was a good one. Third of the three we just named. It was my third favorite. That was a good one.
When it comes time to redo maybe the master bath, the kitchen, the master bedroom, any room in your house, my guy Brad Bell is the guy you need. I am going to give you a website and Brad's phone number. The phone number is 205-422-1758, 205-422-1758. And the website, if you want to see some more before and afters, more than what Scott is showing you of my master bath, you can see those at alabamabathremodels.com. That is alabamabathremodels.com. Now, I mentioned master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets because that is what Brad specializes in. That's not to say it's the only thing he does. Trust me, he does it all. But he knows those rooms are going to, number one, be enjoyable while you live there. And number two, when you go to sell your home, if you choose to sell, those rooms are really going to pop. People pay attention to those rooms, so you want them to look the best they can. 205-422-1758 is Brad's number. alabamabathremodels.com. alabamabathremodels.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
You could win a Cadillac CT5 or your share of $25,000 in free play and cash at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Play the latest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can be a winner too. Come win your share during the Cadillac CT5 and $25,000 giveaway at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Drawings April 5th and 6th. Located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older, must be present to win.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
All right, Auburn fans, I want you to become a member of thebarnauburn.com and join in on the fun. Whether it's recruiting discussions, off-season chatter, or the latest Auburn athletics news, we've got it all. Get $25 off your annual subscription when you sign up for your account at thebarnauburn.com today. War Eagle.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1? Find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2? Stream it now. Miss Hour 3? Download it for later. Miss Hour 4? Well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Just because you've quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of nextroundlive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation states that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Before Brownie tells us about our friends at Breakline Optics, to finish my thought on what I think could end up being the best 30 for 30 all time, and nothing will be like the backstory of SMU, I think, or just the brashness of the U. But the Michigan sign stealing aspect, that 30 for 30, and when done right, could be really good. And the added part of it would be what Sonny Dykes continues to tell people, and he told that to Brett McMurphy just recently at Big 12 Media Days. Yes, we had intel, good intel, they had stole our signs. And so we changed everything. We had time to change everything. And we actually changed it using what they think the sign would mean to flip it around and do something that it would work off of what they thought was going to be that play call. And Dykes is telling that story still to Brett McMurphy out there just recently this week at Big 12 Media Days. And to get into Sonny Dykes, you can imagine the interview of him going, yeah, so usually when we did this, it was a run to the right. So we did this, and we had changed it to a quick pass back to the left or something like that. And then them show the plays early in that game and the reaction on the Michigan bench on how it was all going on, because there's good tape everywhere of all that. That would be a fascinating 30 for 30 for me.
I can't think of a game where, in hindsight, you're like, I cannot explain that outcome.
I know.
More than the Michigan-TCU game that year. Can you think of one?
Well, that same year, when you look at, or was it the same year? I think it was Tennessee and Vanderbilt, Tennessee and South Carolina.
So what was
and there was kind of a fallout related to that.
What was the story there that somebody leaked Tennessee's playbook? Who was it? Who leaked Tennessee's playbook to South Carolina? What are there signs to South Carolina? I'm trying to remember the connection.
I mean, there was a connection, though.
What was the connection?
Or at least there was a assumption, allegation that
somebody wanted Tennessee to lose that game to benefit them. Was it Michigan? I mean, Michigan got embroiled on that. How would that have impacted Michigan? I can't. I'm trying to talk this out to remember.
I can't remember. Another part of it, they could put all these sign stealing into one, would be the Mike Leach leaving the fake playbook.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
In the that was in the Red River game.
Oklahoma, Texas, and knowing that a Texas person would find it.
Yeah, it was a wristband with the plays on there, and he knew it was complete dummy plays, but he left them out there. And for like 3 drives, Texas had no clue that they were getting jobbed. Yeah. And it was too late when they figured it out.
Yeah, that'd be another good part of that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell you one I want to see is the Baylor Bears, the entire from the Dave Bliss to the Art Briles.
Yeah.
A really deep dive on that with our man, Matt Mosley.
As part of that.
In the shadow box. Move on.
I'll tell you, Art was a good coach. But I got to tell you guys.
Our friends at Breakline gets us into something else. Tell us about Breakline.
BreaklineOptics.com. That's the website, BreaklineOptics.com. If you are unfortunate enough to be seeing me on video right now, I am wearing the only good part about this shot, the Coca-Cola behind me, and the Breakline Optics shades right here. You can get yours at BreaklineOptics.com, BreaklineOptics.com. These things are built to last. All of them, the ones I had on, all the ones you buy, are going to be cast-molded, polarized Trivex lenses. Now, when I say all those words, sound like a bunch of big words. Don't want you to get lost in them. All that means is these things are durable. You cannot break these things hardly. And they're made to last. And they're built by people that love the outdoors. So they've made sure they've crafted sunglasses that aren't affected or impacted by things like salt water, the lake water, the sun's rays don't make them fade. These things are going to last. It is a local company that's doing business nationwide. So support local. BreaklineOptics.com, BreaklineOptics.com, or see them in person yourself. And Deep South Outfitters in Birmingham is where you can find them. But always online, BreaklineOptics.com.
Hey, if you're looking for a unique workout, how about our friends at Champions Boxing? Was having a great time going down there for a couple of months until Jack Taylor ended up getting a little knee injury, so he's been on the shelf. We haven't been there in a while. But they have been busy at Champions Boxing because they are the official sports boxing coordinator for the 2025 World Police and Fire Games held in Birmingham at the Alabama Theater this month. Boxing for fitness and competition, all ages starting at 9 years old. 8 USA boxing certified coaches, not only in boxing, but strength and conditioning. Anyone looking for a workout different from just throwing up a barbell, come check them out. Located in Pelham behind the Purple Onion. For more information on Instagram at Champions Boxing AL, on Facebook at Champions Boxing AL. Any former athletes looking to try another sport to compete in after high school or college, Champions could be perfect for you. Get in, see Akash, Jake, Mailman, all of the fine folks, and tell them the guys from the next round sent you.
40 teams in 40 shows to number 1. And standing at the top of the hill, the Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em ahead of everyone else. There's the full slate.
Wow.
Right there. We've climbed the mountaintop. 17 people has Texas number 1. Kyle and Aaron and Sarah Phillips and Kevin and Wesley and Jesse. Hook 'em, Jesse. Scott, Jake, Brent, JD, Tony, Randy, SW, Josh, Walker, David, and 3 people on our show. Taylor Korn had Texas 1. Scott Forrester had Texas 1. Ryan Brown has Texas number 1. Lance had him number 4. Of all the voters not named Bo, who left Texas off his top 25 altogether, I was the second lowest one at number 6. So 45 of the 46 had Texas in the top 6. Everyone believes in Arch Manning.
Well, everybody believes in Arch Manning. And, when we talked yesterday about our number 2 team, we talked about maybe the best 1-2 punch offensively, defensively in football with Jeremiah Smith, the sophomore wide receiver, and Caleb Downs, your junior safety, coming back. You look at Texas, kind of unproven, but when you look at Texas on the edge defensively, Colin Simmons, Anthony Hill combined for 17 sacks last year. The freshman and sophomore coming back to that defense with Arch Manning. You might be able to, when the season is all said and done, say the best 1-2 punch was either Arch Manning and Simmons or Arch Manning and Anthony Hill.
Yeah, that would be, and if you do, I mean, that is obviously a great deal, or would go a long way in them winning that national championship. Listen, we're going to learn a lot about this team week 1. I think you'll learn a ton. If Lance is right, you're going to learn a lot about this team week 5 when they play at the Florida Gators. And if Lance is right, you're going to learn everything you need to know about this team Saturday, October 11th, if in fact they are 3-2 coming into the Red River game, because they will absolutely be playing for their lives at that point. And I do love football where you're playing for your life. So I'm not necessarily pulling against Texas, but that would be an amazing storyline. It is a schedule that is both manageable, yet filled with several speed bumps that you could hit. And a lot of people think Texas got a favorable schedule last year coming into the SEC. This is just the reverse of that schedule, but you also add Ohio State. I mean, there are some speed bumps in there, Dunaway, where you can convince me even a really good Texas team drops that game.
And just as you were mentioning, the not just Arch Manning, but replacing some of the big players with inexperience, especially wide receiver. Got a lot of talent there, but you're replacing some big guys.
Matthew Golden, NFL. Isaiah Bond, NFL. Gunnar Helm, one of the best tight ends in football, NFL. Ryan Wingo should be really good. DeAndre Moore should be good. They brought in the tight end from Purdue, the transfer. So, I think it's going to be fascinating. I still think, Sarkisian is one of the best offensive play callers out there. They're going to have a lot of pieces to work with.
And they run the ball. Sark loves to run the ball. And they got the injured running back is C.J. Baxter. Is that his name? He's the big running back who got injured is back. Yeah. Wisner's back.
Yeah, so they can run the football, and a lot of this is going to come down how good is Arch.
Yep.
Can I?
It's like Alabama. How good is Ty?
How good is Ty Simpson? Yeah. Well, like a lot of teams, really. Can I make a case for absolute classic trap game that could be massive for Texas?
Let me see that.
Yeah, see if you, Scott's got the schedule up. You tell me where you think the trap game I'm about to sell you on is.
I would say it is the Arkansas at Texas.
100%. That is classic trap game. I've got Georgia on the road Saturday, November 15th. I've got the first Texas A&M game back in Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium in, 20 years, 25 years, whatever it is. And right in between them, here comes Arkansas into what I could sell you on a sleepy DKR Texas Memorial Stadium in a classic trap game situation.
And it's Arkansas's biggest rival.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Sam Pittman is like, this is a job saver for me.
Yeah.
Now, I think Arkansas could beat Notre Dame, so it's hard for me to make a case for Arkansas beating both Notre Dame and Texas.
Yeah, I wish that game, Arkansas at Texas, I wish it was Texas at Arkansas.
So if it were in Fayetteville, I could sell you on trap game. Yeah.
That's why I was still searching. I was hesitant to say that one. That's why I was like, okay.
I'm playing sleepy environment. Yeah. That's my play on it being at Texas. Sleepy Texas environment with the Thanksgiving coming up this week and then we got Texas A&M coming in next Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to use my tickets. We got to, Jenny's all pissed off that game's on Black Friday, so we're going to go to her mom and dad's for Thanksgiving on Saturday. So.
For me, when I was little bitty, Arkansas Texas was a bigger game than Texas A&M.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. But
it would have been the 70s, but yeah.
The only Arkansas-Texas games I vividly remember, Houston not winning the Cotton Bowl and doing the horns down.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they blew them out, too. And then when Texas went to Arkansas and
Sam Pittman's first year
got blasted in the second half.
Year.
Yeah, his first or second year, but they got blasted in the second half.
So but for the olds out there,
okay.
In the 60s, we all have seen video of Nixon being at the game.
Yeah.
Arkansas, Texas declaring the winner the national champion. And in the 70s, that continued in the Southwest Conference where Arkansas and Texas were really, really good. For me, in my early years, Texas, Arkansas was bigger than Texas A&M.
What do you think the most expensive ticket according to the ticket pricing on the schedule I'm looking at right now for Texas?
The home game or just overall?
Just any of the games.
I would think it'd have to be at Ohio State. That's got to be a massive ticket.
That is actually the fourth lowest.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to say Texas.
Or fourth highest, $325 to get in.
I'm going to say Texas at Georgia's 1, Texas at Florida's 2.
So Texas at Georgia is $599 a ticket. Number 2 is actually Oklahoma, Texas, $578.
Okay.
And A&M in Austin, $566.
Oh, I was
thinking
at the
Florida ticket for $277.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, that is not bad.
Yeah,
that's a big game for Florida.
That's a big game, yeah.
Here's Arch Manning. He gets asked how he's able to stay level-headed and his mindset going into the season. Corey Mose asking the question from KVUE down at the Manning Passing Academy a couple of weekends ago. Here's Arch. He'll be in Atlanta, Arch will, and he'll get asked a lot about his level-headed mindset.
How are you able to speak about your ability to keep a level head through maybe all of the attention and or scrutiny that you receive?
Yeah, I think I got good friends, good family, my brother, all those people to keep me honest and tell me when I'm acting like a jerk or being cocky. And so they've been really good to me. And I think that's the main thing.
And as you do enter a season in which maybe the highlight is mainly on you, what would you say is your mindset going into the season?
Well, I mean, it's 11 guys on the field, so it's really not just about me at all. We got a good defense, good special teams, and a good offense, so it's about the team, and we're excited for this year.
Emily Grace and Ryan and I were pregame at the SEC championship last year on the field, Brownie, and I remember Emily Grace saying to us about Arch's size. He doesn't look as big in this interview, the way it's framed up and everything, and he doesn't have the pads on. But on the field, E.G. was spot on when she said, look how much bigger he is than Quinn Ewers. Yeah, and Quinn Ewers is a big boy.
Yeah, and Arch is – but I think people are surprised by Peyton's size too. Peyton is 6'4"? Is Peyton 6'4", Lance?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And
Peyton's 6'5".
6'5", okay.
Yeah, and I would put Arch probably 6'4", 6'3"
Probably. I'll see what they list him.
Yeah, but he looked big on the field, up close and personal. That was my first time to stand.
No, I agree.
Close to him, and I know E.G. pointed out sees a lot of football, and she was like, "Look at Arch, how his
6'4".
size.
He's 6'4".
Yeah.
Arch is. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I remember Peyton's first action as a Tennessee Volunteer. You remember Brandon Stewart was one of the hot freshmen too.
UCLA, right?
It was UCLA.
Out of the Rose Bowl.
And Todd Helton, former, I guess, Hall of Famer for the Colorado Rockies, was starting quarterback for Tennessee. But my point was going to be, even when Eli came in that bowl game against West Virginia, I think it was in the Music City Bowl, them following up Archie, I don't think either one of those guys had the hype that Arch has, right?
No.
I mean, this is the most hyped Manning we've ever seen.
I would agree 100% with you. And but I would say this. We haven't seen a ton of him, but I tell you, he handles this pretty well. Like when we play the sound bites we play on this show from Arch, I think he handles this pretty well. I mean, he's kind of in a tough situation with a situation anyone would trade for, by the way, but a tough situation with all the expectations, the last name, the expectations that name brings, both on and off the field. But he seems to handle all that pretty well.
But
I'm sure you're sick of hearing about it.
We've seen Peyton and Eli and Cooper's personality because they're such media giants that you just know that they cut up with him, right?
They have
to.
And
they give him crap all the time.
Yeah.
So what he was saying there is they keep me level-headed. They keep me from being too cocky because they have reasons to be cocky already, and they could see him probably starting to be big man on campus and all that, and they beat him down pretty good.
Well, one of my favorite Peyton Manning stories, Lance referenced this, his famous uncle. When he came into that game, I want to say Jerry Colquitt was the Tennessee quarterback that got hurt.
Got hurt for the
UCLA game, right?
But then I think Todd Helton took over.
Did he get hurt too? I don't know. Anyway, so when Manning is forced into action in that UCLA game, he's like, there's an injury, my number gets called, I get my helmet on, and I'm going to run out there and I'm going to show, this moment's not too big for me, right? I want my team to believe in me. So he goes, we're in a TV timeout. They've gone to break. I get my helmet on. I run out there in the huddle, and I get in the huddle and start climbing. It's like, all right, guys, this injury's not going to define us. Let's go. And he goes, I'm about 10 seconds into my speech, and I can't remember the name of the lineman, but it was a senior offensive lineman. He goes, hey, freshman, shut the hell up and call the play.
That's right.
we don't need a pep rally.
We got a clock on.
Yeah, this is our job. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. UCLA won the game 25-23.
How was Manning tonight? Do you have the box score?
Yeah, I'm pulling it right here.
Because I remember why I was watching it 100%.
Yeah,
ABC Keith Jackson.
Yep.
Individual. See, this just doesn't have Manning playing. Todd Helton started, or Jerry Colquitt started. Todd Helton came in, and then Brandon Stewart played.
I swear Manning played in that game. I'd almost stake my life on it. Maybe he only handed off.
He did not play in that game.
Yeah. I'll ask Peyton.
And maybe that was the upset that Brandon Stewart actually played before.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe they were trying to save the red shirt.
I don't know.
The Manning Passing Academy a couple of weeks ago where we got to see Arch and all the great quarterbacks that showed up in our 40 and 40, but that's the end of the road. Texas is number one. That gets us to SEC Media Days coming up on Monday. We appreciate Champions Boxing being with us. One more thing to get to, the viewing menu before that, Brownie. I'm going to tell folks about New Life Art, and before Forrester puts it up there was a great song by, is it Jamie Johnson? You should have seen it in color.
Yeah, great song. Jack State's own Jamie Johnson.
Jack State?
Yeah, you didn't know Jamie Johnson went to Jack State?
No. He and Riley Green are always together.
I tell you, Jack State, may have the best country music lineup of any college in America. Yeah. Randy Owen, Riley Green, Jamie Johnson.
Absolutely.
Hard to beat that one.
You should have seen it in color, that buzzer beater right here. Here's the color version. Daniel A. Moore has finished the painting now of Mark Sears' buzzer beater down at Neville Arena. You can get that now. DanielMooreArt.com, DanielMooreArt.com, promo code TNR. They're available for you, so get that special Mark Sears dropping the dime in overtime to win it down at Auburn, and all the other great works from Daniel A. Moore at DanielMooreArt.com, DanielMooreArt.com, promo code TNR. And our friends at Michelson, they bring you the viewing menu. We're about to talk a little Superman after you tell us about Michelson.
205-969-8100. That is the number you need to call. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. It's the call that I made back in 2003. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call today, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
So everyone should go to the theater this weekend and see Superman.
That good, huh?
It is fantastic. After I got home, I finished up trash and reads, and I ate dinner, got a shower, and then I said, you know what? I think I might want to watch that a second time. And I caught a 10 o'clock showing.
You went to see Superman in the theater, came home, did some show work, took a shower, and went back to see Superman in the theater.
Correct.
On the same day. I mean, I could understand seeing it again, even in the theaters again with a different group of people.
Yeah, but I've never heard of this.
But on the same day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it better the second time through?
I mean, it was about the same the second time through. It was
of
great.
course, because it was the same day. You hadn't even gone to sleep yet.
I mean,
that's crazy.
It was so much fun. This is my favorite interpretation of Superman.
Oh, really? And you've watched them all this week, every last one of them.
I have gone through the entirety of Superman movies made since 1978, and this is my favorite.
Our friend Brandon Marcello said it was wholesome fun. He said he had the same joy watching it as he did. He remembers leaving Spider-Man in 2002.
Yes.
He says same feeling for him, same joy, same wholesome fun. You agree with that?
Yes, it's wholesome. It's just it's not a feel-good movie. It's a feel-great movie.
Wow.
Everything is just so happy and bright, and yeah, I recommend everybody go see it. It is a classic superhero story.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
You're not just saying that trying to save the genre, are you?
No.
Okay.
You said it's the most important comic book movie of all time.
Yes, because Superman has had a real rough go of it.
Right.
And if
Poor guy.
And if this one
Can't catch a break.
didn't work out, then I don't know if Superman would ever be relevant again.
Oof, wow. That's a lot of pressure.
But I think this movie saves the character.
I've never heard anybody go into the same movie twice in one day.
Currently, it's got an 85% on the tomato meter, and the popcorn meter has got a 95%.
Popcorn is public, tomato is critic.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds good.
I mean, that's what I look for when you get both that hit.
Yeah.
It's normally
there you
pretty
go.
good.
You need to go see Superman, I guess.
Maybe.
Fantastic.
It only goes so far for you.
Well, Tyler saw it for himself and one of us.
Yeah.
So
maybe that'll be
only
you,
two of the three of us.
I know Brown ain't going to see it.
No, you know what? I might. Tyler has kind of sold me this. I want to see.
Dunaway, if everybody goes see it, Dunaway will definitely jump on.
If it gets a big buzz, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll take Maggie. It's her birthday weekend.
It's the most comic booky Superman movie.
Okay.
So I think that'll put some people off, but it's even growing on EG.
All right. If even EG likes it.
During the break, and she's just like, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Oh, so she went too, and she thumbs up from her as well?
She only saw it once, I assume.
Do you need to know anything about Superman? I mean, I know enough. I mean, I like the 1978 original, but the other ones were trash.
So this one doesn't show like Superman crash landing on Earth and getting adopted by the Kents. It kind of just throws you in there, and with a little opening crawl that says like Superman appeared a few years ago and he just lost his first battle. All right, now you're in it, and he's just doing Superman stuff, so
And
you
he
don't have
lost
to
a
go
battle.
through the whole fall of Krypton again.
Okay.
I mean, the Globetrotters lost one game somewhere, didn't they? Along the way?
I think the Generals beat him one time, yeah.
Yeah, but I would think Superman's you can't just tap out. I would think losing a battle means he's
into the game.
Yeah. He walked away, regrouped, and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we've also got a new release on Peacock tonight. I caught this movie earlier this year. It's called Drop. It's a pretty solid thriller movie that I'd recommend for date nights if you're looking for something that's not too intense, but you want some kind of crime thriller. A widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. Based on your face, Lance, I don't think you like this one.
I was kind of excited about it. I was like, this has got some potential. And then I watched it, and it was very unique the way they had it. But the more it played out, it got annoying. And then towards the end of the film, I was just like, hey, man, this thing can't end quick enough. So I wasn't a big fan. I would say it was a solid C, if that does anything for you.
Yeah, that's about where I have it. Okay. Like star rating wise, I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then also in theaters this weekend, on Sunday, you can watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for its 50th anniversary.
Great movie.
It's a fantastic movie, and that's one I recommend everybody
More
see.
uplifting, New Superman or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I got to say Superman.
And that's what Tyler's watching, brought to you by our friends at Michelson. When we come back, more college football. Chip Brown in 1 hour to talk Texas with us. We've got him number one of all of our 40 and 40 countdowns. It's the Horns, projected by you, our viewers, to be national champs when it's all said and done. We'll talk more football on the other side. This is TNR.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
You could win a Cadillac CT5 or your share of $25,000 in free play and cash at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Play the latest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can be a winner too. Come win your share during the Cadillac CT5 and $25,000 giveaway at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Drawings April 5th and 6th. Located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older, must be present to win.
Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Man, I love a good meal. I'm Jim Dunaway. A good meal is what you get with my friend Sterling at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. We're talking great southern fried chicken, wonderful sides, hand-cut chicken fingers, po' boys, and those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. You got a perfect menu for everybody. Champy's Chicken is perfect for watching the big game, or taking a meal to the lake house, down to the coast, or stay in the restaurant and dine in a great atmosphere. It's all made fresh to order right there on 119 in Alabaster, Champy's Chicken. When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show.
Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We talk a lot of football recruiting when big recruits go to Alabama and Auburn and SEC schools here on the show, but in basketball terms, big battle between Alabama and Auburn's cranking up. 5-star Caleb Holt here in town. He's going to do officials to Alabama, Auburn, Kansas, and Kentucky. He's a 6'5" guard, considered to be maybe the best guard in the upcoming recruiting class, top 5 player in the recruiting class, local kid. So keep an eye on that recruiting battle between Alabama, Auburn, Kansas, and Kentucky.
I was playing golf Saturday with a guy whose son plays basketball for a local school, and that team got on their schedule. And he was like, I told my son I am so excited to see Caleb Holt play. And he was having to tell, I have to confess, I didn't know who Caleb Holt was. I was like, tell me more about it. And he was telling me, he's like, I've seen him in AAU and Summer League stuff. He goes, this kid can play.
Yeah, future NBA player. So that recruiting battle official visit's coming up soon to see how that plays out between 3 SEC teams and the Kansas Jayhawks and anybody else that wants to jump in with NIL money. This hour being brought to you as we head to the chat room by our friends at Bojangles. Tell us about Bojangles.
Yeah, it can be bow time for you at Bojangles. If you like a good dipping sauce and something to go with it, boy, Bojangles has you covered at lunch. Those great new tenders go perfectly with the dipping sauce of your choice. From sweet to heat, 7 sauces that add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with sauces than hand-branded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. If you want to add some tang, try barbecue. If you want some heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic Bo sauce, ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. While we were talking Texas, in the chat room, Zach pointed out, he's like, boy, Texas goes to Mississippi State. Take a look at that Mississippi State home schedule. How good it is. Have you looked at this?
Oh, it's a
listen to their home schedule, Lance.
I've got my handy SEC
if you're a
sheet here.
season ticket holder, you get to see Arizona State playoff team, Tennessee playoff team, Texas playoff team, Georgia playoff team, and Ole Miss almost a playoff team. I mean, that is one heck of a home schedule for a state ticket holder.
Better known as their rival. You don't have to say almost playoff team.
Well, I know.
Rival, yeah.
I'm just pointing out the amount of playoff teams.
Boy, that's
a difficult schedule, but it's
not what Levy wants to see in year 2.
Yeah. No, but if I'm a State fan having to buy season tickets, I like to see my team win. But how good is that season ticket this year? Arizona State, Tennessee, Texas, Georgia, and Ole Miss.
On the flip side, you hope Mississippi State's at least good enough that the other fans want to make that trip to watch their team play.
Yeah.
At least pack the stands out. I don't know how well Mississippi State's going to do, but for Levy, he needs to beat Southern Miss on the road in Hattiesburg to start with, because it's a bad Southern Miss program now, and there's a lot of history between State and Southern Miss, and they're just miles apart. He needs to get that dub to start, and they should.
Yeah, first of all, if I'm Jeff Levy, I'm like, why in the world are we playing in Hattiesburg, Mississippi?
Yeah.
Who signed up for this years before I ever thought about taking this job?
And you get Alcorn in State. I mean, that can be a bad look there if that game's close.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Northern Illinois?
Northern Illinois, yeah. No, I mean, look,
there's a lot of pitfalls.
They got a couple duds on their schedule too, but that SEC home schedule season ticket is tremendous for a Mississippi State fan.
No, I was just saying 2 Mississippi schools there in Southern Miss on the road and Alcorn at home. That
if you drop one of those, does that kill the season before it starts?
I think Libby might be out at that point.
I mean, those games can't even be close.
Yeah,
you can't even be close.
Not at all.
Point.
No.
Brown wants to bring up something golf-related in college football to reset the stage from see ball, get ball. You need to go see this entire interview. But here's Hugh Freeze, Auburn coach, if you missed it the first hour, because we want to circle back into this and the pressure on Hugh as one of the big storylines as we head to the SEC Media Days next week. Here is Hugh Freeze, Auburn head coach, on see ball, get ball with David Pollack and company.
A lot of people are talking about your golf game, and obviously it's sort of talking season, and media days are coming up next week. Do you have do you plan hey, I've got a speech, or I'm just going to wing it, or how do you go about prepping for the event that it has now become SEC Media Days?
Yeah, I really have never been a big planner for that. I just kind of like to be transparent and truthful. And I know that, this is that time where people are looking for things to write about. And I do love golf. I enjoy playing. It gets away. But what people don't realize is it's probably, I assure you, I never missed a camp day or a recruiting day but if camp got over at 3:00 one day and Jill and I go out at 4:30, we absolutely might do that. And I'm not apologizing for that part of it, but my focus is 100% on getting Auburn in that win column this fall.
So on the heels of that, before obviously this interview came out, Jeff Matthews on the show yesterday sent us a terrific story that the first-year Tulsa head coach was yesterday trying to qualify for the state amateur in the state of Oklahoma. And Jeff was like, can you imagine if Hugh Freeze was actually trying to qualify for the Alabama State Am? That would be tremendous content for us. Follow-up, Muva, at Four Bases Dad, part of our audience says, boys, he qualified. I work with his brother. He works with the brother of the Tulsa head coach. He said, I texted him today and told him Trey was catching strays on the show about trying to qualify. By the way, good story about his brother. His brother's nickname is Pro Shop because he's got a new golf course polo on every single day, which is a great nickname, by the way. So congrats to Coach at Tulsa for qualifying for the Oklahoma State Amateur. He shot a 75 yesterday. I think that qualified on the number for Trey Lamb.
I believe that Trey Lamb's probably not too worried about Abilene Christian to open the season.
I wouldn't think so. Boy, lose that one, though.
But lose that one and watch out.
Yeah. So he's qualified for the State Am. It is later this month. They're in Oklahoma. So late July, he'll be participating in the Oklahoma State Am.
All right, so Lance has asked a question of something he wants in college football all summer long. I have got an answer for him after we hear about a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is Dr. B, LT. Tell us about Dr. B.
Dr. B is the man you need to call if you've started to thin out. Look, all guys worry about the hair loss. It happens to a lot of us. When it does, be preemptive. Not only maintain what you've got, also grow some back. That's what I've been working on for years with Dr. B. 205-319-0316. I do that non-invasive treatment 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time on the couch. That is it. My hair is more than doubled in thickness for more than 20 years. Women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. T3's got that new test. It's easy, painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. Stop wasting your money and critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. B and that great staff. Find out what will work for you. 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, t3hair.net.
And, of course, Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing, the guy that gives you a free, no-cost, no-obligation roof inspection. 205-542-3531. That's his cell number. 205-542-3531, or Greg from Pell City on Facebook. He'll get on that roof and let you know what's going on up there. It only takes one shingle being out of place to cause a problem. And he'll check it all out for you up there around fittings and things. He'll make sure that you're tight and ready to go as storm season continues, rainfall around here, full roof replacements. If your roof ages out, it happens to everybody eventually. Roofing repairs, storm damage. He handles it all, locally owned for over 20 years, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He and his wife, Andrea, run the company, and a lot of family members part of the company there because it's locally owned and they're locally based. Roots are deep here in Alabama for storm restoration roofing. It's Greg from Pell City, 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City on Facebook. The one question you've asked all along, Lance, what do you want to see from in this rev share era?
I want to see the numbers laid out. The OG, the offensive tackle, the 17-year-old.
So, like,
that was
you want to
signed.
see Ryan Williams is making X, Cam Coleman is making X.
The OG kid just signed with Texas Tech, and he signed a 3-year deal, and it was a guaranteed like $1.6 million. If we're trying for true transparency, let's see what these numbers are.
5.1 for his whole time at Texas Tech, 3 years, 1.6, I think was the deal there.
Was that? See, I didn't realize that was the annual was 1.6.
Yeah, 1.6 million a year. Is what he's making.
Well, it's
Did
just
you
a lot to give.
1.6 or?
Well, no, that's just a lot to give a 17-year-old offensive tackle.
Yeah.
It's an important position. Got to pay for tackles.
So I've got the answer on Ty Simpson and Ryan Williams. You ready?
So we know what they're making per year now?
Yep. Alabama responding to a request for quarterback Ty Simpson and wide receiver Ryan Williams contracts.
I would say that Ty Simpson, I don't think that people were going after him. I'm going to say he's only making $800,000 this year.
No, he's got to be over $1 million. I'm going to say Ty Simpson this year is making 1.2, and I'm going to put Ryan Williams at 2.1.
I was going to go Ryan Williams 1.8 and Ty 800,000.
Alabama says, quote, there are no public documents responsive to your open records request.
However.
So they're not letting you know.
They're not telling you?
They're not telling you because they don't have to, because you have to remember.
Oh, so we don't have an answer.
That is your answer.
The answer is you ain't going to get one. Yeah.
Because these athletic departments, remember, are not part of the institution. They're their own. They're not part of the University of Alabama. The athletic departments aren't using taxpayers' money, so they don't have to respond to the open record request.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
Florida DJ Lagway. We declined to disclose what we're paying DJ Lagway. This is all from Brandon Marcella, CBS Sports. Same things. Public record laws do not identify here.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. If this thing does ultimately go to arbitration on some of these guys, does that then become public record?
It'll leak out whether it's public record or not. I guess it would be entered. It'd be entered on a court record, which would make it public record, right?
Clemson responding to it, to the Post-Courier. Sorry, we declined your request. Proprietary information. So Clemson.
Well, see, I just don't think this is transparent then.
Yeah.
Because
this shows, definitely not transparent.
Well, I mean, this shows me if a guy is, getting 1.2, then we might be able to find another 300,000 or 400,000 somewhere.
So
one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Colorado, Deion Sanders in Colorado denied a request by CBS Sports for the contracts of Julian Lewis and Caden Salter, citing a state law that allows the university to deny inspection of any name, image, or likeness contracts containing personality identifiable information for any of our student athletes.
Wow, they were out in front on that legislation, weren't they?
Yep.
And for those that are confused about this, like why a coach's phone records would be public information, keep in mind he is ultimately a state employee.
That's right. There is a small part of their salary.
Right, very small.
That is paid by the university.
That is right. The university pays their base salary. All the big money comes elsewhere, but they are state employees. These players technically are not state employees. They are employees of the College Sports Commission or the athletic department, or however this whole thing settles out.
I had somebody at dinner question the common sense of Hugh Freeze knowing about the public phone. But hey, for the at-home sleuth out there, I'm sure a lot of these coaches have text numbers on what the players are getting paid. So if you can find those numbers, throw them to us.
Charles asked how much we pay a player for a season of interviews. That wouldn't be appropriate for us to disclose that. I will say they don't get wealthy off of them. But in my opinion, for what we ask of the players, I think they're very well compensated. And we've never really had one turn their nose up at what we pay them, have we?
I've signed on to do a series of events coming up on a weekly basis for basically what we pay them to come on our show, and I'll be spending 3 hours doing what I'm doing.
I mean, ultimately they do a 15-minute Zoom with us once a week, and in my opinion, for the 15 minutes, they get paid pretty handsomely.
Yeah,
and
they've all been pretty happy about it.
They have all been pretty happy about it. And for the most part, they have all given us the effort we ask in return for that money.
I mean, if you do what we pay them times 15, that's a pretty good check.
It's a good check. Now, I will say,
I don't know if Mechie earned his.
No, I said for the most part.
Yeah.
I will say,
I don't have my hood today.
I will say there are some that we've explored where the price was just it was out of the park, and I'm fine with that. I mean, look, at least tell me up front. No, this is what we're looking for, so I could say we're never going to get close to that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the very first year when we had Bo Nix, we wanted
Young.
the Alabama quarterback.
We wanted Bryce Young and Bo Nix. We wanted to start with both quarterbacks at the schools. We thought it would be amazing, and we got Bo locked down. We went to Bryce's agent at the same time, and when he told me the number, I said, "Now, is that per year or per appearance?"
Yeah. we knew it was a problem when CAA was representing a kid that had never taken a snap.
We actually asked Bryce if he wanted to buy our company instead.
I was like, no, I didn't say I wanted to sell Bryce my house. I'm saying.
Yeah, we were like, okay, who's next?
Right. No, I wasn't trying to buy Bryce's car.
Yeah. We're not trying to get him to come play quarterback for us.
Yes, I want to do an
We just
interview.
want him to do the interview.
Yeah, it's like maybe 15 minutes a week. Yeah. That was a hefty price.
You realize this is Ryan Brown. This isn't Lincoln Riley. We're not trying to get him to come to USC.
Yeah.
We just want him
Hefty
to come
price.
on, 15 minutes.
Even went back to him and said, listen, this is kind of, that's our price. I was like, okay.
I mean, but
Good for Bryce.
You see what I'm saying? It'll be a while before we know what these guys make.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to share it. And a lot of people think they don't want to share it because there's some massaging the phrase the phrase I let you guys know last week that we'd hear a lot of, cap smoothing going on.
Well, and this, remember, if you sign a 5-star receiver and it gets publicly disclosed that they're making $2 million, and then the next year another 5-star receiver gets signed and you're only offering 1.8, they're going to be like, what the hell? I should be getting 2.2.
Yeah.
Inflation.
I'm better than this guy. I'm better than this guy.
Yeah, the schools don't want this out for sure.
And it's like, what Hugh said earlier on the David Pollack podcast, See Ball, Get Ball. He said, you can paint it that I lost the recruit to Alabama, but I like the guy. I got to keep the guys I got in my room. We can only pay so much to that receiver room. We've got a good receiver room. He doesn't want to get out what we were offering that big receiver. And he doesn't want to get out what he's paying his receivers he has in that wide receiver room.
Well, if you don't like coach speak, I think Hugh answered that one perfectly. And I think what's going to happen is all of these coaches are going to, like if I'm an SID or if I'm working in communications for any of these coaches and I hear that answer, then I'm sharing it with my coach. Hey, here's how Hugh Freeze answered this. Just moving forward, I mean, that's an easy way to answer it. And that might end up being your universal answer.
You're right. If all these coaches got together and said, this is how we're going to answer the question, because none of us want these numbers out. Now, we'll battle about them privately, but none of us want them to be public.
Before LT tells us about company distilling, if you're an LSU fan, you have been on fire this week recruiting. That included yesterday Lamar Brown, who's the best athlete, number 1 rated athlete, who picked LSU yesterday. He's either going to be an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, but he's listed as the number 1 athlete. You already have Richard Anderson, the number 1 defensive lineman in this class, and Tristan Keys, the number 1 wide receiver in this class. According to Hayes Fawcett, LSU now has 3 recruits ranked number 1 at their respective positions. I know Georgia's got 2. So you're running out of positions there of having the best recruit at that position. Later in the day, they picked up another edge rusher over Oklahoma and Texas A&M. So a really good recruiting cycle for our friends at LSU right now. Company Distilling has been recruited right here in the state of Alabama. You can get it now.
Yeah, you can now find Company Distilling, ABC stores across our beautiful state of Alabama in states like Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina. Whether you're picking up a bottle for a weekend gathering or just exploring something new, Company Distilling, worth the pour. If you can't find it on the shelf, just ask your local store to order it in. And if you're looking for a summer road trip worth toasting to, Company Distilling has 3 must-visit distillery destinations across Tennessee. Thompson Station just outside of Nashville, historic Lynchburg, and Townsend in the heart of the Smoky Mountains. Take a tour, enjoy a flight of the award-winning whiskey, sip on a craft cocktail, soak it all in with the best of company. Plan your visit at companydistilling.com.
And before we get to our 4 downs, let's do our Bojangles Tender Moment of the Day.
Excuse me, from sweet to heat, Bojangles has 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with the sauces than the hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard, or you want to add some tang, try barbecue. If you want some heat, creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic Bo sauce are ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time.
Well, part of the Bo tender moment is the fact that now I used to, for 16 years, I've made fun of you messing up a read or something. Now that I know it's degenerative, that it bothers me. I can't joke about it.
Yeah. Those were separate issues.
I'm a little worried about you, Brown.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be okay. Yeah. It is a bit concerning. I've seen people that do this for a living that have to take like 6 weeks, 6 months off for doctor-mandated voice rest.
Yeah.
I'm far from that, but, it started somewhere, right, with those people. I'm just alerting you guys that it's something I've been dealing with.
Yeah,
privately.
Yeah, I just know how sinusy you are in the mornings, and then I've watched some of your mistakes or the struggles come after sipping a Diet Coke or in this case a Powerade Zero.
Difficulties. You changed it to difficulties.
Eating something and getting crumbs caught in your throat.
Yeah.
But I'm not a medical doctor.
That's right. You're no doctor.
I'll stand back.
Act like one.
So that's your Bo Tender moment. No, I'm kidding. Your Bo Tender moment of the day is Tom Brady and Sofia Vergara. Are they dating? Over in Italy, according to TMZ, this picture popped out. Look at them having a nice romantic dinner. That's Brady to the right, Sofia Vergara, a very revealing dress, to the left, and somebody in between them, I assume, kissing both of them.
Some dude kissing Tom Brady's girlfriend.
Turns out they're not dating.
With a little scruff.
Turns out they're not dating. LT, you're exactly
he could
right.
do a lot better.
He's at the table with a number of celebrities. He asked to sit next to Sofia, though, according to TMZ. Just for the conversation, because they were on their way to the Bezos wedding. All these celebrities were, and they had a layover in Rome, and they're at a nice little dinner here. Also at the table, not pictured, was
go to the glasses.
It is degenerative, my eyesight.
Sorry, Jim.
Coleman Domino, is that somebody?
He is a actor, Sing Sing. I forgot the miniseries. But he the new 4 Seasons miniseries on Netflix. Yeah,
he was in Euphoria as the Narcotics Anonymous sponsor.
Oh, okay.
If you got to, I don't know how much of it you watched.
He's a good actor.
Oh, okay. All of it. Waiting for the return. Season 5. Yeah. Tessa Thompson. Tessa Thompson. Martha Stewart.
I've heard of her. She's a interior.
What are their relations outside of getting packages delivered from Bezos? What's the relationship?
and Kendall Jenner. At the table at the same time there. I don't know.
It became a place to be seen, and then I think Bezos loved just having celebrities as his deal.
I got Vergara coming up in 4 downs.
Yeah,
that's why I did that story right here. 4 downs right now. Go ahead, Brown.
Well, I'm just surprised. Lance has never been a big Vergara fan. I know you don't like the way she sounded on Modern Family, but just overall, you're not a fan, period, in a sentence.
No, she just seems really, really obnoxious.
Yeah. And that gets us to our 4 downs today, LT. It's brought to you by our friends at New York Butcher Shop today. Tell us about New York Butcher.
Hey, look, the weekend is here. If you want to pick up some great steaks to grill out tonight, some of those smash burgers, our man Jim can handle it all. The specialty items, if you're just looking for a lunch or dinner that they can prepare for you right there, those deli sandwiches, the in-house sides made fresh from the goat cheese, mashed potatoes, those incredible baked beans, the mac and cheese, fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts, 2 locations, Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Get in and see Jim and the fine folks. Rare quality, well-done service. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
First down.
More total touchdowns this year, Arch Manning or Dak Prescott?
Dak Prescott.
I think I'll go Dak too, yeah.
Almost by double digits when it's said and done.
Whoa, double digits more, huh?
Ooh.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
I mean, Arch is going to run for, I'd say, 8 to 10. Throws for another 30. I think Arch is around 40. I think I'm going to go Arch. I don't trust Dak to stay healthy for 17.
I think I'll go Dak here. I mean, the injury does concern me a little bit. I think it's very close, but I think I'm going to go Dak.
Hard to go over 4,000 yards passing and not occasionally run into the end zone.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's hard.
It's just math. 100-yard field.
Second down.
Next 3 years, 2025, 2026, 2027. More wins. Steve Sarkisian or Kalen DeBoer?
Next 4 years, Sarkisian or DeBoer?
3 years.
Next 3 years, Sarkisian or DeBoer?
Well, I've got, if I'm going to be consistent here, I've got Texas winning, at least, 14 games probably as the national champion. So, and I've got Alabama finishing 4th, so he'd have a slight lead there.
He'd get him by a game or two this year.
By a game or two this year. And that's, over a 3-year period with elite programs, that's a lot to make up, honestly, is 2 games. I will go to DeBoer here. I think the most likely answer is they're tied or it's 1 game different either way, but I'll go to DeBoer.
I'm going to go Kalen DeBoer. I think he already has his next quarterback. He's got Ty Simpson for a year or 2, Keelan Russell for a year or 2. I don't know who's after Arch.
We talked about that quarterback room.
He could have Arch for 2 years, and that's what I expect to happen. But if you're going to be the number 1 overall pick, he may go ahead and bolt. I don't know. It could be a one-and-done starter. Arch Manning.
Look, Alabama's a better football program. I think Kalen DeBoer is a better coach, so I'm going to take Alabama and DeBoer.
Third down.
The next Texas team to win a championship. So Cowboys, Texans, Rockets, Spurs, Mavericks.
Oh, wow.
Astros, Longhorns, A&M.
Rangers.
Yeah.
The next Texas team to win a championship. Again, I picked Texas to win it this year. I guess I got to go Longhorns.
I'm gonna drop this right here. Cooper Flagg last night, 5 of 21, had 10 points in his summer league debut. Actually, Auburn's Miles Kelly, 17 points, stole the show on that Mavericks team.
I'm sure they would trade Cooper Flagg right now for Miles Kelly.
Well, they've already got Miles Kelly. Miles is already on the team, for at least with summer league. I'm going to go to the NBA with the Houston Rockets.
I don't want to go to the Astros. That's kind of an obvious. I don't want to go Texas.
Forrester says he's got the Rockets as well with Jabari.
Did you go Rockets as well? Way to go, Forrester.
Jabari Smith, man.
Yeah, Jabari's a role player. Absolutely, yeah.
Wow, that's whatever.
Isn't that what he is on the team? Isn't he a role player?
He's a little bit more than a role player.
He's a little bit more than a role player.
He just got paid.
Morgan also in with the Rockets. Charles in with SMU.
Yeah.
Charles.
SMU.
Well, I think he's counting the ACC championship. We're talking national.
Do we have that free Uber number that our friends at Bud Light give us? Can we slide that one to Charles? Come on, SMU.
I think most people would go Texas, right?
That's the most obvious. First of all, they're going to get the first crack at it, and they're going to be really good this year.
You don't mean conference championship?
No, this is overall.
Yeah, it's overall championship.
Like, I might even, and it might be a while, I might go Spurs. Wembanyama will win one. He's got De'Aaron Fox there now. They just got Dylan Harper. And that's an organization that wins championships, and I hate them, but
pretty good draft pick, right? Too who they get?
Dylan Harper.
Out of Rutgers.
Yeah. Fourth down.
Okay, so Sofia Vergara was 53 yesterday. She had a birthday.
Are you a fan?
I'm not. If I was going to ask you, and I think she is up there on this, the most obnoxious television character of all time for you guys.
Fran Drescher as the nanny.
That's a good pull.
Oh, terrible.
That's a good pull.
But that wasn't her.
It was not.
Okay, so let me ask you this then.
He asked about the character.
A show you watched.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch the nanny.
Okay, you watched that you found. So that one ran me off a lot of, like, to me, one of the great characters was Pete Campbell in Mad Men. I hated him.
Yeah, boy, but he was, Sisk always tells me, you hated him, but the character was designed for you to hate.
Oh,
you were
there's no
supposed
doubt.
to hate him.
Yeah.
He wasn't designed for you to like Pete Campbell.
But boy, he was annoying, and he played it perfectly.
Oh, he did. He played a great annoying person. I think we all, and it has been so long since I watched this show, and I think Clay was with us on this when he was on the show too. Homeland, the daughter in Homeland.
Awful.
I can't remember why she got on our nerves, but it was like we were unified and like, you've got to get this girl off the show.
She was just a brat. She was banging everybody.
And they kept putting her forward in the show too.
I'll tell you another bad one. You only watched the final episode, but Michelle Rodriguez, her character in Lost, when she got shot in the gut and died, I actually cheered out loud.
Cheered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be noted it was a fake death. It's drama.
It was on television.
It's television.
Hey, I got one.
Okay, go.
Skylar in Breaking Bad. I hated her so much.
Designed for you to dislike
I
as
know.
well.
She did that well.
But what's
I hated her.
Yeah, what's crazy, Scott? We've talked about this before. I saw an interview with Anna Gunn, who played that role, and she says she gets real life hate. Like, people think that's how she is in real life.
Oh, well, her and her
happens
sister.
to the kid who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones too.
Same thing?
Yeah, he got death threats because
He had to get away from
plays-
acting because he was so good. You
Oh,
know, he
yeah.
came back in the Liam Neeson movie that I saw last year, which was really
Taken-
good.
Taken 4?
No.
Taken Again?
Where he played, shockingly, a hitman.
Yeah.
But that kid, Jack Gleason, is his name. And he
it-
played this part really, but he's got that laugh.
I did
and
hate
you just
him,
think
though.
Joffrey.
That'll be my answer, Joffrey there.
Whoa,
I
was
cheered
it
when he
Walk
died.
Among the Tombstones? Was that the one that came
No.
out last year?
Nope.
Taken 7.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It was in Ireland. It had an IRA
I saw
angle
it.
to
I
it.
can't remember
It was
the
very
name.
good.
Honey, I lost my kids.
No, Forrester. Back to your Anna Gunn though. The sister that always wore purple.
Oh, yeah, she was annoying too.
I mean, I'm telling you, this is why
Hank's
Walt
wife.
went out and started selling
I know.
freaking meth because he couldn't. Hanging out with those two all the time.
Yeah, and I liked Hank so much, and for him to be married to her.
Yeah, that's
no
why
doubt.
Hank just locked himself in his room and played with rocks.
Made his own beer.
Yeah.
Just get me away. I'm gonna
Get me
go.
away.
Hey, who wants to hang out in a hot ass garage in Albuquerque and make their own beer when you can go to the store and get some good IPAs?
Have you met my old lady?
That is our 4 downs today, brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision, the eyesight that LT has. Thankful for Dr. Michelson and the crew.
205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama back in 1995. I got the procedure done in 2003. I had the 2200 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of contacts. Now 2015 vision, better than 2020. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 2015 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Looking to expand your business? Let the Next Round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The Next Round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the Next Round.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Since you listened to my last message so well and got rid of those cargo shorts and stained t-shirts, it's time to replace them with Rhoback. Go to Rhoback.com and click on the Refresh collection to find all that you need for an EG-approved wardrobe. It includes pieces that will have you ready to hit the golf course after a busy day of meetings or comfy favorites for travel and working from home. Get 20% off using code TNR20. See, I'm saving you some money.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Back with you on the next round. We're about to talk a little NFL football before we get back to the college game with Chip Brown at the top of the hour. Texas, our number one team today. But before we talk a little NFL, I need LT to tell me about our fine folks at Hemp Hill Services. They're keeping you cool in the heat wave that's coming our way.
205-229-2090. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling issues. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew. The guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
All right. So we've done a lot of our top 25s. With Yahoo Sports when it comes to the NFL. Best 25 games so far since 2000. Don't start yelling them out yet. Think about it.
There's one that jumps to mind.
And tell me who your best game is, not individually, not Rams, but what do you think the best NFL game was in the 25 years of this century?
I mean, I'm probably going to be a prisoner of the moment here. It was fairly recently. But the Chiefs-Bills AFC Championship, was that AFC Championship or Divisional? Divisional. Excellent game. Chiefs driving 13 seconds to get the win.
It's known as 13 Seconds in Kansas City.
Okay.
It is number 2 on this list. January 23rd, 2022. Ends up Chiefs win at 42-36 in overtime, but the 13-second drive to get it to overtime.
Alex, I am going to take February of 2017. The Patriots 28-3 comeback win over the Atlanta Falcons in overtime as the number one game.
Shout out, Scott.
Simply known as 28-3. It is third on this list. Patriots 34, Falcons 28. That was one of the best.
I mean, to get a Super Bowl to overtime, to have the most incredible comeback against a team that had never won one with a quarterback that wins them all the time.
I guess what they're saying is it also was 28-3, so there was a large portion of the game that was very, very one-sided. And then another smaller portion that was very, very one-sided.
Yeah,
so I mean, like,
do you see it like this though? Like, you're so in shock that New England is getting dominated by Atlanta.
Yep.
And then you just watch the slow bleed out where you kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
Just get a field goal. Get a field goal.
Yeah, get a first down. My gosh.
Number one on the list from Yahoo. And listen, it could have been the one Brown said. It could have been the one LT said. They were 2 and 3. They go to the ending on February 1, 2015, the Malcolm Butler interception at the goal line that secures the championship for the Patriots. And I know I was watching at your house.
It was a bad beat, man.
We were just sitting there going, well, I mean, Marshawn Lynch, just give it to Marshawn Lynch, and they're going to score, and they're about to win this thing. They've driven it down there. It's inevitable. They're going to win this thing. And then that happened, and we all just sat stunned that they threw the ball and that they threw an interception doing it. And that is almost kick six like, where the ending is so stunning that you're like, you forget some of the faults of the game.
Yeah.
Number 4 on the list, 2006 AFC Championship game from 2007, Brady and Peyton Manning in one of their great duels. 18-point comeback by the Colts was the best of the bunch. 38-34, Colts win it. Number 5 in this list, Super Bowl. It's so hard for me to do the numbers. I think it's 47. Santonio Holmes.
I was going to mention this against the Cardinals.
The toe drag catch there. Steelers beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic game. You had the interception return.
James Harrison. You had Larry Fitzgerald take one over the middle that you thought was the
game winner. Yeah. And then give Roethlisberger credit for leading him down the field and threw one of the absolute most laser passes you will ever see to Santonio Holmes.
I know it always comes back to the Rams for me, but Super Bowl's 34 and 36 when the Rams beat the Titans. And then when the Rams lost to Tom Brady for his first on the Vinatieri, those have got to be top 10.
Hey, how about it's hard for me to think that Rams-Titans Super Bowl was actually in the last 25 years.
I know. Well, it was the 99 season, but it was
in
technically
2000.
End of January 2000.
That may be why it's not on this list. But the Rams, that does make the top 10, Rams beating Kansas City 54-51 in 2018 Monday Night Clash.
I was going to bring that up, but you started with all these postseason games. I'm like, I guess a normal Monday Night Football game is not going to make it on there, but that game was so entertaining.
And it was, we talked about their uniforms yesterday, the Color Rush uniforms. So the uniforms were awful, but that night in the Coliseum, I mean, it was nothing. It was like last team with the ball, you think's going to win, but Pat Mahomes actually gets picked off to end the game.
Just up and down the field the whole night.
AFC Championship in 2019, Patriots beating Mahomes. Minneapolis Miracle, the Stephon Diggs.
Oh, yeah, against the Saints.
Touchdown. The Rams Chief won the Tuck Rule game, and the Philly Special Super Bowl game were the top 10. You can see the whole list at yahoo.com. They did the best 25 teams earlier in the week. I didn't get to those on all the list. There was one Ram on there, but I think it was the Ram you didn't win the Super Bowl on. It may have been the one you were just speaking. Your best Rams team. Whichever one didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the
lost
one lost
Brady, right?
Super Bowl 53 lost 13-3 to Brady. But that one was the Vinatieri of the 2001 where they were 13.5-point favorites and Vinatieri hit the walk-off.
That was your Rams Super Bowl one wasn't on the top 25 best teams.
It should have been.
Yeah, both my Bucks made it. No Dolphins.
Yeah, Dunaway said, Brown, just heads up there, I got the top 25 NFL teams of the last 25 years. There are no Dolphins teams on there. I literally said, I watch this team every week, right?
Yeah.
This is not a surprise to me that there are no Dolphins teams.
It's so funny. I was on my walk/run yesterday, and I thought about the conversation we had about the Dolphins run to the window under 6.5.
Under 6.5
wins, and I actually thought about how sad that would be if they end up losing. Only winning 6 games or less this year.
It's probably going to mean Tua had another injury, which could end Tua's career, so that would be sad in and of itself. It means you would have a coaching change, which a lot of times people get excited about that. It just always feels like I'm setting myself back another year when I have a coaching change. Probably means you give up on you may reset the roster. I mean, there's so much in the NFL that goes with it that is frustrating about being an NFL fan when stuff like that happens. Like, bad year in college, change coaches, get a recruiting class. You can turn that quick. In the NFL, you pull the trigger on a coach and a quarterback and you start rebuilding. It can take 2 or 3 seasons for you ever to get back.
Yeah, just in case you think the landmine is dead, 2 days or 3 days ago, I said I think the Buccaneers win the NFC and make it to the Super Bowl. That same day, Tristan Wirfs re-injures his right knee, arthroscopic surgery. He'll start the season on the PUP list. He's our big left tackle, Pro Bowler, maybe the best left tackle in football. Right knee, arthroscopic surgery. He'll miss at least the first 4 games. They expect him back shortly thereafter. How big of a difference is it? 1.2 yards per play more when he's on the field and when he's off the field for the Bucs last year.
So this guy's worth a yard a play, basically?
1.2 yards per play more when he's on the field than when he's not on the field.
I mean, that's significant.
Last year, that's what they lost. Brandon Ayuk expected to start the season on the PUP list, still with the 49ers, right? Never left. And Najee Harris, and we get one of these stories almost every year, and thankfully this one is not life-changing, but Najee Harris will be ready for camp and should not miss any action. But he had a superficial eye injury on the night of July 4th from fireworks. A fireworks display problem in Antioch, California, his hometown, had multiple people injured as they had a mishap. Some taken to the hospital. Najee with a superficial eye injury. His agent says that he should be ready for camp. thankfully. 1 year, $9.5 million this year with the Chargers, but he almost lost an eye in a firework industry.
Well, I mean, the good news
injury.
for Harbaugh is you draft Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina. The crazy thing is, as much as they love to run the football, and I do think the Chargers are going to be even better than they were last year getting to the postseason in year one under Harbaugh, they haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher in 8 years.
The Chargers have not, huh?
Melvin Gordon was the last guy.
Wow.
A couple more things to get to, including our Shannara Spotlight after we tell you about the great folks at Woodhouse Day Spa. Tell us about Woodhouse.
Woodhouse Day Spa, the gift of relaxation. You can get it for that loved one out there that maybe is in need. Maybe you're just going on the guy golf weekend and you want to take care of getting out of the doghouse before you get in it. You can do it with a gift card from our friends at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Stop in to their beautiful location right there at the Summit Shopping Centers. Go see Stuart and the great staff. Tell them the next round sent you. Or you can order the gift card 24/7 online. Let them choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the massages, body treatment, skincare, waxing, nail services. Woodhouse Day Spa, voted America's best day spa since 2009. Again, order online, birmingham.woodhousespas.com.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is the Shannara Spotlight. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. They are a national firm with southern roots. They are headquartered right here in Birmingham, and they've recovered more than $2 billion for their clients. I mention all the time, Alexander is a Birmingham guy, and he wanted to create a firm that can handle any issue his community of Birmingham face. Well, you know a lot about their personal injury claims, right? Well, how about they also do this? Claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, a host of other claims. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Our spotlight today is December 20th, which will likely be hands down best day of football in America this year.
Okay. You've got me so far. Say more.
December 20th, 3 college football playoff games. Eagles at Commanders, which could be for that division at that point. Packers at Bears, which could have playoff implication. Those 5 games, 3 college football playoffs on campus. Eagles, Commanders, Packers, Bears. Thoughts?
Oh, yeah. I like a lot.
Better than New Year's Day, the quarterfinals on New Year's Day with those 3 games?
Maybe. I mean, that whole weekend. Do we have anything on that Friday night?
Yeah, we have that other game.
Yeah. So Thursday's Rams.
Yeah, you got Rams at Seattle. Yeah. Then you've got the Friday night playoff actions. Then you got the doubleheader and the tripleheader.
Now, we don't have kick times for those NFL games yet. But my guess would be
late afternoon and evening.
Yeah, 2:30 Central, 7 o'clock Central. Or 7:30 Central, maybe 3 and 7:30, something like that.
Actually, our NFL slate on Sunday is not good.
But you're gonna have head-to-head, probably 2 of the college games head-to-head with the NFL. You think?
Yeah.
So
just
you
like
don't
last
think
year.
You don't think they'll do a doubleheader college? You think they'll just go head-to-head with the NFL? Is that what they did last year? I forgot.
Exactly. They lined them up, boom, boom, boom.
No, I knew that, but they had 2 head-to-head NFL games.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd forgotten that aspect of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good day. New Year's Day, good, unless you get a bad game like you had with Ohio State and Oregon last year at the Rose Bowl, because you got 3 quarterfinal games at that point. And we've got some good regular season matchups, but December 20th from Elite College Football, that graphic there, pretty darn good day of football, both with the NFL and college football on that Saturday.
That's that weekend, though, I mean, where you'll get, like you said, a Thursday night game, NFL, Friday night game, college, those 5 games on Saturday, then a Sunday slate and a Monday night football slate.
Yeah.
As you get ready for Christmas. What more could you want?
Yeah, really, really good. Okay, here's a question before we get to the top of the hour and talk Chip Brown in Texas, number 1. Can you ever really go back again? It's a story that is written there at USA Today today. Ever since ever since that became a newspaper.
I know.
I've always done that in my broadcasting career. USA Today. Can you ever really go back? Rich Rodriguez is trying to go back to West Virginia. Scott Frost is trying to go back. I've got 4 coaches. There have been more that have gone back after they left a program. Maybe the best to ever do it, I'll save for last. As far as doing it, leaving, and going back to the same program. Bobby Petrino was pretty good the first time at Louisville, had an 11-1 and a 12-1 Orange Bowl win and left to go He left to go to.
He left Louisville
to go to Atlanta. Right? The Falcons.
Yep. No, he left Arkansas to go to Atlanta.
Okay, that's right. So he left
Louisville to go to Arkansas, Arkansas to Atlanta, and then back to Louisville.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He left Arkansas. No, he left Atlanta to go to Arkansas. He left Atlanta in the dead of the night. So it was Louisville, Atlanta, Arkansas.
Yeah. He won the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
Then became the Falcons coach. Left Atlanta, left everybody
because
a note.
remember we had the late night calling of the Hogs where
That's
even in the awkwardness of Bob Petrino's life, that was the most awkward moment of his life.
When he went back to Louisville, never won double digits again. Bill Walsh was 9-3 and 8-4 at Stanford, went to the 49ers, and we know how many Super Bowls he won. When he went back, the very first year he was 10-3, then he was 4-7, then he was 3-7-1. So he inherited a pretty good situation and went south there.
Bill Snyder's probably going to look the best on this thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But getting to the best one. Another one was John Robinson. John Robinson, 3 10-win season, 3 PAC championships his first time at USC. When he went back, he shared what had to be a pretty bad PAC 8, PAC 10 back then because he didn't have a double-digit win. They were 9-win, 8-win seasons, but he was tied for first in the Pac-12. He did win a Rose Bowl. So it was but not as good as the first time.
Were regular seasons 10 games, though?
No, not for John Robinson. They were 11.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there was Bill Snyder, as LT said, that was absolutely the best at it. And when he ended up, when his Kansas State days were done, and again, you'd have to be my age to know how bad Kansas State was at one point. When Bill Snyder was done at Kansas State, his record at Kansas State was 215 and 117. And that's a remarkable number considering what Kansas State was before and after.
Well, I think in our lifetime, we've seen maybe the 3 best building jobs in college football history, and they're Bill Snyder, Bobby Bowden, and Frank Beamer. I mean, those were 3 atrocious programs that to varying degrees, all those guys turned into championship-level football programs. Now, Kansas State's was a conference championship. Virginia Tech played for a national championship, and Florida State won 3 national championships with Coach Bowden.
Snyder had 7 double-digit win seasons before he left, and when he came back, he still had 2 more double-digit win seasons.
And I'm not prepared to say there's going to be another one of those 3 guys that you just mentioned. Like Matt Campbell's done a great job at Iowa State, but it's not going to scratch the surface of what those guys have done.
Those guys built.
I can't think of another job out there that has the potential to unfold like that.
A job that's that bad as Kansas State, Florida State, and Virginia Tech were, that you could get to the level they got. I just don't know that those exist anymore.
I don't think they do.
Unless somebody starts a school out of somewhere or starts a program out of somewhere like Kennesaw State or something like that, but they're never going to reach that level, I don't think.
I mean, you could say if Texas Tech became what Miami was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, if this billionaire can get them to play in the same atmosphere as Alabama and Ohio State, maybe.
What about if Rhett Lashley had SMU year in, year out, 10, 11 wins and in the college football playoff?
But I was just talking to Brown the other day because I watched Pony XS again that SMU should have been national champions. They got robbed of a national championship their last year with Eric Dickerson and Craig James. They were the only unbeaten team in college football.
They had a tie, and the media voted Penn State over them on New Year's Day.
I'll tell you this. He's tracking this way. If Deion wins 9 games again at Colorado.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be pretty remarkable. All right, Chip Brown talking about our number 1 team, Texas, when we come back on the other side. The show being brought to you by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA, 16 wonderful locations right here in central Alabama. That means there's one probably just outside of your gated community, just outside of your neighborhood entrance right there. And that's important because they can help you stay on top of your health right there. 205-930-0920, 930-0920, UrologyCentersAlabama.com. Prostate health to kidney stones, everything in between. That's our friends at UCA, 205-930-0920, UrologyCentersAlabama.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Alabama, join us over on covercrimson.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on covercrimson.com.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at The Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Hang out with The Next Round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out The Next Round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
No matter the occasion, the Next Round store has you covered with whatever you need. Head over to nextround.store and start filling your cart up now. When you wear your gear, make sure to let us know by posting on socials, and you might just end up seeing yourself during a commercial break. Go browse now at nextround.store and place your order before the break ends.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
I think it's because they used the Buffalo Rock ginger ale.
Oh, that was what it was?
Yeah.
The spicy transfusion?
I think they...
I was telling Dunaway, Lance, a local golf course I played yesterday has a frozen transfusion. It's basically a slushy that's a transfusion. Do you like a transfusion?
I do like a transfusion. I would rather have it with the old school Buffalo Rock ginger ale because I like that pop.
Yeah. But it was, Dunaway, on a hot day like we had yesterday on the golf course. Woo, boy. That was a good slushy.
Does it melt fast, though?
It did. Well, yeah. I also went fast, too.
We're about to get to Chip Brown and talk about Playboy Mansions and the Detroit Lions and maybe a little Texas football. And remind you that the only thing better than Chip at the Playboy Mansion, only thing hotter than Chip at the Playboy Mansion is the great Mississippi Delta recipe tamales you get at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. It's a great appetizer. Little heat in that right there. at Sterling's Place. It's been the same location for over 10 years. The best tamale you'll ever taste. He's got the fried chicken that's brined overnight, the head-cut chicken fingers. That's perfect for your tailgate. It's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabama.
Maybe a top 10 segue there. Dunaway out of you. Chip Brown is with us at Chip Brown 247. He covers them Texas Longhorns, who our audience voted number one, Chip. Number one. I don't know if Texas has been number one in a poll yet, but here they are. 46 voters, Dunaway. I've asked you this about 70 times.
46 voters, mostly our listeners, and 17 first-place votes for Texas. And the lowest person was me at 6. Everybody else had them in the top 6.
Oh, Chip.
Hey, Dunaway's tough, man. Dunaway's tough.
He's tough grader.
I told you Isaiah Bond before Isaiah Bond was a flat line.
You did.
I told you that last summer.
Hey, if they did end up 6th, which means they only make the quarterfinals, is that a disaster of a season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going for it. You know, they went and got 5 defensive tackles in the transfer portal. Jack Endries, one of the 2 top tight ends in the transfer portal. Emmett Mosley, the 5th. Kind of an unheralded freshman year last year at Stanford. Caught 50 balls as a true freshman. And obviously all the hysteria around Arch Manning. And Sarkisian hasn't really dampened that excitement over Arch Manning. I mean, he said he's an excellent deep ball thrower, and we know that means, you know, potential fireworks for his offense because he's going to take those deep shots and try to spread the defense out and create opportunity for everybody. But it starts with, you know, being able to hit some of those deep balls. And that was something that Quinn Ewers, you know, was kind of up and down on. He certainly hit him against Alabama in 2023, but left some points on the field by missing some of those deep balls as well.
You make it sound like talent around quarterback was better the last 2 years than it is this year. Is that because we just don't know and we haven't seen how good this talent is? Or do you really believe that? Because the recruiting's been very good, so I would assume whomever they line up, the 10 guys around Arch, are pretty darn good 5-star, 4-star guys.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Golden turned into a monster. And you know, Xavier Worthy the year before that, Adonai Mitchell. You know, those guys, you could go to Adonai Mitchell in any tough situation, and he was going to come up with the ball. I mean, they went to him in every tough situation. And, you know, he came up with a lot of big catches. Matt Golden was that guy last year. So who's that guy this year? Is it DeAndre Moore Jr.? Is it Ryan Wingo, who was, you know, the top 3 receivers in last year's freshman class? Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, Ryan Wingo. Okay, well, now the decks are clear for Ryan Wingo to have his breakout year. And I think he will. I mean, I think he's super talented. He had a couple drops late in the year that hurt in some critical situations, but he'll grow. And then Gunnar Helm, who was such a productive tight end for Texas. And I see a lot of similarities between Jack Endries, the Cal transfer, and Gunnar Helm. So I think the talent could be on par with what we've seen at the skill positions the last couple years. And then at running back, you know, you've got CJ Baxter coming back from a torn ACL and LCL in his right knee. Steve Sarkisian said we don't have to rush him back. We can go at his pace because they have Quintravian Wisner. I think they really like this kid, Christian Clark, who Tashard Choice compared to Bijan Robinson to me. And I was like, whoa, okay. And he also compared Jaden Blue to Jahmyr Gibbs, and I think he was right on that. So I think there's some excitement around Christian Clark, and then there's a kid named James Simon who came in as a freshman who I think they were really blown away with in the spring. So I think they're going to be fine at running back. I told Lance the other day, Quintravian Wisner is that guy that's going to get you 4 yards. You know, he's going to grind it out. He's not going to spin, move, and jump cut and do all the wiggle stuff of a Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson, but he's going to run tough and get you 4 yards.
Chip Brown is with us at Chip Brown 247 is where you can find him on social media. He's with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. As I remember it, PFF College, Pro Football Focus College, had Texas linebackers number 1 and secondary number 1 in the nation. The back end of this defense is going to be tremendous. I don't think they're bad at defensive line, obviously, either. But certainly, Chip, that back 7 defensively should be as good as anybody's in the country as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think their defense is the strength of the team. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think it's the best linebacker room in the country. Anthony Hill Jr., I don't know how he didn't win the Butkus Award last year. 16 and a half tackles for loss, 8 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. Every time you needed a play, he made it. And he wasn't even a finalist for the Butkus. He should have won it. But, I think the edge room is as good as there is in the country with Colin Simmons, Trey Moore, Ethan Burke. These are very disruptive players. And Justice Terry, the freshman, who has been a little slow to put on weight. He's at 262. He's playing defensive end. So they're loaded at defensive end. And I think Colin Simmons is special. I think he's Will Anderson. I mean, he's got that ball get off that is just like jaw dropping. He can dip. I mean, man, can he get around the corner? So I think if this team can get you in 3rd and long, it's checkmate. And then you've got that leadership in the secondary from Michael Taff. No one's going to confuse him for Caleb Downs, but the guy knows how to line everybody up. He gets guys in the right position. He sees, he knows the play before it happens, so he can get everybody moving in the right direction. So, the kid to watch, my player to watch this year on defense is Jelani McDonald. He's going to play star, and he's going to play some safety. He's going to play some dime linebacker. The guy is a phenomenal athlete, specimen, and we saw glimpses of him late in the year. He played that nickel position against Arizona State and some against Ohio State. I think this kid's going to be a big-time player.
This might be the most hyped offseason we've ever seen for one specific player, at least since 2007 when Tebow was coming off a national championship as a freshman and taking over the reins as the starting quarterback for Florida. With that said, you're going to be in Atlanta with us next week. Last year when we were in Dallas, Quinn Ewers made the rounds. He actually came up off of Radio Row to go to our private room to sit down with us for a good 30 minutes. How accessible do you think Texas will make Arch this week with the demand to talk to Arch Manning?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see that myself because, we'll be on Radio Row as well. Does the local station get Arch Manning? And so it's going to be interesting. He's a great kid. He gets it. He's in on the joke. He's like, all this attention is ridiculous. I don't deserve it. But yet, he signed the Red Bull deal. He signed the Waymo deal. Everybody wants to get in with Arch Manning as soon as they can because he's telegenic. He's humble. And I think he can play. I mean, when he came in off the bench, Quinn Ewers wasn't even out of the injury tent, and Arch Manning had scored 2 touchdowns. So I think this kid is I think he's an assassin.
I don't know if Forrester can quickly throw up the days. Everybody's going to be there at SEC Media Days. He's going to pop them up real quickly. And Lance shared with me that you were complaining about the list a little bit on your show yesterday, that maybe you needed a hot team right out of the gate on a Monday. And I said, when Chip comes on, I'm going to point out that LSU may have the best quarterback in the conference and may be the national champions this year. How can you start out any hotter than LSU, Chip? Come on, man.
I'm coming around on it.
Come on, Chip.
Are you digging through your pictures right now, by the way?
I'm trying to send Lance something.
I know what it is.
What he was doing.
I know what it is.
I just saw that. Okay, Lance, you should have it. Okay. I think LSU is very intriguing, and I needed Lance to remind me of the comeback win over Ole Miss because I couldn't get that A&M game out of my mind with Nussmeier, where he just was making mistake after critical mistake in the second half of that game. But I wasn't impressed with LSU's offensive line as much as everyone else was last year. Will Campbell, I thought, was okay. He's gone. Do they have answers? And then the defensive line got better last year. Bo Davis left. I'm sure they've got, talent there. But I thought it would happen faster and more convincing fashion under Brian Kelly. And look, it may all come together right when we're kind of like, So, yeah, I'm good with LSU starting things off. I do not like Texas and Georgia on the same day. Like, come on. Can we space this out a little bit
Chip
more?
wants to see the last 8 days, I guess. I mean, we got to stack some big names on top of one another, Chip.
I guess.
Yeah.
That just makes for a tough day for me, but,
I know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, who
cares about
Who cares about little old Chip?
They can't put the two best programs in the conference on the same day, Georgia and Alabama. They have to spread them out. So Texas is going to get paired with one of the two best teams. You let me know let me know when you win your first SEC championship because it hadn't happened yet. The clock's ticking.
I need you to convince me about Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Okay, go, Jim. Convince him about Ty Simpson.
I don't know. I've seen as much Ty Simpson. Well, actually, I've seen more Arch than I have Ty Simpson. Yeah. We've seen a lot more Nussmeier than we have either one of them. Yeah. My point being is the clock's still ticking on your first SEC championship. So it feels like you've already won one because we've already gone all the way to Dallas for SEC Media Days once. You guys, I guess, were the last
the SEC didn't like that.
Yeah, you guys were the last SEC team standing in the playoffs last year, correct?
Yep. That's it. Yep. Almost won the conference. Took the conference championship game to overtime.
We were begging for you guys to get the SEC to the national championship game, and you didn't do it. I mean,
First and goal from the one.
Yeah. And you didn't run Arch. So we're waiting for you guys to deliver a little bit here and help us out.
Right.
Help us out.
Maybe
We're tired of.
Maybe just having Arch will simplify things in Steve Sarkisian's mind about how to attack the red zone, how to get first and goal, how to get into the end zone on first and goal from the one.
Go back and watch if you want to. You don't have to do this. I'm about to tell you what he said. But Klatt was on our show 2 weeks ago, I think it was.
Really insightful.
And Klatt said, I'll tell you why Sark didn't do that. He said, because Sark watches film. And he said, do you guys know, and I can't remember the exact stat that Klatt gave us, but it was something about...
It was 0. I think he said 0.
But I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like from the two teams were 0 for the season on getting in the end zone in the middle.
Yep. Running between the hash marks.
Running between the hash or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm still going to give it a shot.
State.
Yeah, that's Ohio State. And Klatt was like, Sark saw the film. I mean, like nobody did that against Ohio State. Not one team did that against Ohio State. So
I'm still going to run it 4 times.
You're still going to try it once at least. That's hard-headed. You're still going to be hard-headed.
And where's the run-pass option? Give me a little bootleg. Give me a little waggle, something where I've got the quarterback out there, with a run-pass option. And that's not Quinn Ewers' forte, but it might be Arch Manning's.
All right, real quick. Keith in the chat room wanted us to ask you a question. Lance just asking 4 downs. Next Texas team, state of Texas team, to win a championship, national or world championship. You pick any of the pro franchises, the Longhorns, any college team, next Texas team to win a national championship in college or a world championship in the NFL.
I mean, I think the Longhorns have a real good chance in this football season. I would have said the Houston Cougars basketball program, with the way that Kelvin Sampson's been going, but they came up just short. So
they'll be good again next year. I didn't think of Houston. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, Kelvin Sampson does such a good job. So I'll take the Longhorns just ahead of the Houston Cougars basketball.
Okay, Chip, before we get into your days of being single and rolling around Southern California in the Playboy Mansion and the Grotto, On Trash on the Table a couple of days ago, we do weird holidays in July, and one of them is July 21st, 10 days from today. Take a monkey to lunch day. Does Jeff Banks still have his monkey?
Yes. Gia.
That was a very quick answer.
But,
I know the name.
Does he ever bring it around? I mean, is it part of conversation?
No, because it's his
wife's.
It's his wife's, and I think everybody knows her social media handle.
Yep.
But Gia the monkey is probably the reason Jeff Banks is still at Texas and not the head coach at Washington State. Because when Rolovich wouldn't get vaccinated and they let him go, I think Jeff Banks was the top candidate, but then Monkeygate happened. And
Monkeygate?
Well, you don't want to bring a monkey. I mean, we've all seen Outbreak, right?
Well, I think the timing was tough because I don't know that all of Washington State had learned about the pole assassin. So
yeah, but that's how they pronounce it up there. It's not Pullman like me. It's Pullman. So it would have worked out good. Pullman.
Why is she assassinating us? That ain't the post.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have a place to work in Pullman.
Pullman. Yeah.
What an amazing story! I did not know that. So he was going to get the Washington State job.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
he
either.
was the punter on the Ryan Leaf Rose Bowl team.
Okay.
That lost to Michigan. And Banks is a great coach. I mean, he'll be a great head coach. He's very, very detail-oriented, super high energy, demanding. I thought he would be the first assistant to leave to become a head coach under Steve Sarkisian.
Okay, so speaking of monkeys, melee, all that kind of stuff, I don't know how it came up yesterday. Playboy Mansion, you were there in 2014, your single days. First, let's get a picture. There it is.
Look at Chip.
Look at Chip.
Young Chip. I do love the Detroit Lions T-shirt and the sport coat. Is it a mandatory sport coat? Is that why you did that, or was that just fashion?
No, that was just me trying to impersonate Axel Foley.
Oh.
My friend who I went with, he was like, are we sure this is what we want to rock?
Okay, so most interesting thing you saw at the Playboy Mansion?
Well, outside of that, monkey cage and just the aura of it. I mean, I told Lance this. They scout. They go to every club in LA and scout women, to come and be not seat fillers, but just attend all the parties that were going on at the Playboy Mansion. And most of them were happening outside. You don't get to go into the Playboy Mansion, which was kind of a bummer. But, I mean, it was an unbelievable scene just because you got, NBA players and these parties that were going on. I told Lance we were there on a night where the winner of the Fortnite competition or some big video game competition was there with his entourage, and
those guys are like, well, these are women.
Yeah, don't touch them. Don't touch them.
I mean, it was a scene out of a movie with those guys trying to. They were just all talking amongst themselves. They weren't even mingling with the women. So we took a long, hard look at the grotto because we decided not to get in.
Didn't even put a toe in it.
Didn't even dip a toe in it, but one thing that's cool is each part of the grotto has its own Wi-Fi. So I remember looking at my phone at all the Wi-Fi connections, and there was, the grotto, and so anyway, it was a trip. I mean, it was a scene.
So wow. You tried to get in though, right? You tried to get in the mansion.
I tried to get into the Playboy
Mansion. Was it with one of the tramps in your picture?
No, it was a redhead who, I was like, hey, let's tell him your sister's living in the mansion. Let's just walk in like we know what we're doing.
That's never been tried.
And this guy's like, where are you going? And I'm like, we're going to visit her sister. She lives in the mansion. He's like, there are no playmates living in the mansion right now.
What a terrible lie.
Yeah.
I told Lance, I turned around, that gal was 50 yards.
She sprinted.
Because it's realistic that you can get banned from the mansion, right? I mean, you can be no longer on the invite list.
Hey, you had nothing to lose, though.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be
one
Johnny
shot,
Chase.
my one opportunity.
Yeah.
At Chip Brown 247 is where you find him on social media. We will see you in Atlanta next week, Chip. Thank you very much for the time as always.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy. Take care. Chip Brown with us on the Alexander Shinnara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
Number 1, Texas, there in our 40 and 40 countdown. We will be at SEC Media Days next week. We got a quick look at what the cover of the media guide looks like. They still print out the hard copy of the media guide. A very simple SEC helmet from Chuck Dunlap and the guys, but it still has the phrase at the bottom we all love so much. It just means more. It just means more right there. We'll have that all next week, being brought to you by our great folks at Baptist Health, Brownie.
Yeah, Baptist Health is going to be our sponsor there, our exclusive sponsor for SEC Media Days. And we're excited to tell you much more about them as the week goes next week.
Yeah, so we look forward to that coming up. There's that football media guide for 2025, that SEC helmet. It just means more. And we'll be having coverage Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on site in Atlanta, and Thursday as well. All next week right here. Thanks to our friends at Baptist Health. Also, thanks to our friends at Odie's today as we get ready for another weekend of live music.
Yeah, live music tonight, tomorrow night, both locations, the original in Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. Get in, see Will Haver and the great staff. Incredible food from Rodney Davis if you want to get there for an early lunch on a Saturday. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. Get in, see Will Haver and the great staff. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
So on the show of the voting, Brown, Taylor, and Forrester all picked Texas to win the national championship. I picked LSU. LT picked Ohio State. He wants to back off of it, though, right? Who are you going to go with now?
I am going to take Alabama to win the national championship.
So he's backing off of Ohio State, now picks Alabama. So you would have been the second Alabama vote.
I like
we had
that.
one other person
Hey,
that had Alabama.
if we're allowed to have a redo, I want to do mine over
You're
too.
off Texas.
I got Clemson.
Okay.
Oh, you've talked yourself
I'm
into the
buying
Tigers.
Clemson.
Yeah, I am too. I think Alabama-Clemson might be playing for the national championship.
Oh, wow. We've never seen that.
That'd wake up some echoes.
Yeah, it really would.
Way back in 20, I don't know, I hope it's not like 2018. Hope it's more like 2015. I'd even take 2016.
Where
a
is
close
national
last-second
championship
loss.
this year?
Is it not in Houston?
How do we not know this?
Was it in Houston last year?
I was talking to one of our interns.
Or was that the Final Four?
He had an interview
both?
in Houston yesterday. I actually had an interview with Rice University. And I was like, so I guess that would mean you've got to relocate to Houston?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And then I started just laying it out. I didn't mean to. I was like, Houston's hotter than Birmingham, second worst traffic in America.
I think we're in Miami this year, aren't we? Hard Rock?
Is it? I don't know.
Yes, it's in
Okay.
Miami,
Yeah.
January 19th.
Yeah, Las Vegas next year. No, that's in 20. Yeah. Las
Yeah, you're
Vegas
right.
next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But surely basketball's in Indianapolis this year, the Final Four. I thought something was Houston, but it was San Antonio last year for the Final Four.
I think we should avoid Houston at all costs.
At all cost. So redo, if I had to do a do-over, because I'm getting shaky intel on LSU.
But don't you feel like when we roll that out, it's kind of forced? You're looking a little bit, but then you start talking about these teams.
Oh, yeah,
And I just get a better feel for the system.
Yeah, you talk yourself into other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sticking with Texas?
I'll stick with Texas. I mean, just as sure as I change off of them, they'll, go 15-0 and win this whole thing. So I'm going to stick with Texas.
I'm going to stick with LSU.
I'll keep what I got.
Yeah, I'll hold with LSU. Always fun to count them down there as we get closer and closer to football. One more thing to get to when it comes to college football on the other side, and we'll do trash. All that's still to come. Are you watching the All-Star game next week? It's in Atlanta as well. Shohei Ohtani has more home runs than any other Los Angeles Dodger before the All-Star break ever. That's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot.
Who's second?
I would have said it was randomly like Mike Piazza.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've
that.
seen a number.
Oh, I don't know who second is.
Yeah.
I just saw
I
the
thought
blurb
Lance
that it
might
was
know.
Ohtani.
But you're right. I mean, Piazza would be a good guess.
Yeah, and I think Sean Green could be that guy. Eric Karros.
Yeah, how many's he got?
He had 31 when I saw that blurb 2 days ago.
At the All-Star break.
The All-Star break's going to be Sunday nights or more. He may have hit another one since.
I mean, again, I always go back to anybody that was over 30 at the All-Star break used to be a super big deal before, when 62 was the record or 61 was the record.
Junior Caminero, my 21-year-old superstar third baseman, is in the home run derby now. They finished that field out with Jazz Chisholm from the Yankees. So they've got 8 guys. They struggled to get 8. They finally finished it up last night, getting 8 guys to say they would do it.
It's unfortunate. It used to be all the stars. I saw this was going to be a great Bojangles tender moment, but I didn't send it to Scott because it was MLB video, which I know we can't use. But it was one of the players for the Seattle Mariners that got added to the All-Star roster, which I just saw Casey Mize, former Auburn pitcher, added to the roster as well for the Tigers. But this Seattle player's just found out he's going to the All-Star game. So he calls his mom and dad. He's like, what are y'all doing this weekend? And they're like, we're going to Ginger's for the wedding. He's like, oh, yeah. Tell them I said hello. Yeah, they hate you can't be there. And they're going on and on. He goes, would you guys want to come to Atlanta after the wedding? And it's just silence. The dad goes, stop right now. And he's like, no, I made the All-Star team. And they start crying and celebrating. It's a really good, like the guy calling him even gets choked up when he here's his dad's voice. I mean, as soon as he said you want to go to Atlanta afterwards, they knew what he was saying.
I would like to go to watch Scooble and Skeens pitch. Like,
what inning?
Yeah, I mean, really, because I think those guys are so freaking special.
Yeah. I won't make it over there. Be that close to an All-Star game, but I won't get there. But
what if somebody hands you tickets?
Yeah, you would go if you were.
I would definitely go if I had to. They're expensive.
Yeah, I know, but is there a price you would pay to go? I mean, is it worth it that much?
There's no price I would pay, but if somebody hands me a ticket, I'll go with somebody.
So it's free or no go for you?
Yeah, I think I would pay $200.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, not much more than that.
I think people have asked me if I'm going. I think I'd rather go to the home run derby, even though it's not big names. I think I'd rather do that than the All-Star game.
That is in Atlanta next week with us at SEC Media Days. Normal times, we've moved the times around for the show for SEC Media Days in the past. We will be 9 to 12 Central Time, and we'll have other programming throughout the day thanks to our friends at Baptist Health, and we look forward to our coverage next week in the ATL. When we come back, a couple other things, and then trash to wrap up this week of shows that are being brought to you by our friends at New Life Art. Our friends at New Life there to help you remember great moments. Whether it's the legend Nick Saban, whether it's the Rocky Block or anything else, or maybe it's in basketball when Mark Sears drops a dime against number 1 Auburn and wins the game down at the toughest place in the SEC to play, Neville Arena. Buzzer beater. It's now done, and that's what it looks like in color. Should have seen it that way. Daniel A. Moore, DanielMooreArt.com, DanielMooreArt.com, promo code TNR.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
New Life Art is proud to announce Daniel A. Moore's upcoming Alabama basketball painting, Buzzer Beater. Closing out the regular season, Alabama and Auburn faced off in a top 10 matchup. With less than 1 second remaining in overtime and the game tied at 91, Mark Sears launched a 15-foot floater that sealed the Tide's victory. Visit DanielMooreArt.com and see the artist's preliminary sketch of this historic Bama win. And take advantage of special pre-production pricing for Buzzer Beater.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you're looking to expand business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us. Send an email to sales@nextroundlive.com to be a part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platform. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, and reach the most desirable audience for your business. Get information and more by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Lance. Lance is playing golf with Brown today.
Well, we've got to force him.
And Lance has just asked Brown, what time do you think we'll be done today?
Yeah, well, I got a dinner reservation, so I'm trying to plan who's going to let the dogs out and if I'm going to be able to get there in time.
The one thing Lance absolutely does not want is for this thing to last 18 holes. He has tried every way possible to keep this from being 18 holes. He's discussed leaving after 9. He earlier said, God, if it's going to rain, I just hope it pours when we finish number 9. And I'm like, Lance, I don't.
Most people on the golf course pray that it holds off until we finish 18. Lance is like, it'd be a perfect day, wouldn't it, if it just came a downpour after 9,
How
right?
can I leave at halftime?
Just a deluge.
That's directly halftime. But no, I want to get out there, have some cold beers, and enjoy the weather a little bit until my balls got hot, and then
I understand.
Time to bolt.
What if you guys just play putt-putt instead?
Zero interest.
Yeah, thank you. I can't believe people still do that.
Our friends at Brakeline bringing you part of the show today. Brakeline Optics. They'll have their brake lines on the golf course when they get out there today.
Indeed,
I'm wearing the roadies.
The roadies. I hope we need them. I hope it doesn't rain, Lance, after 9. I'm going to need these Brakeline glasses. If you're watching us on video, I'm wearing a pair from Brakeline Optics. These things are durable. They are built to last. They are made by people that love being outdoors. And they're not going to be damaged by the sun's rays, the salt water that you might find in the ocean or in the Gulf, the lake water, the pool water. These things are built to last. You drop a pair of glasses, they break. You know how frustrating that is. These are durable. These cast-molded Trivex lenses, polarized Trivex lenses, I've seen them get beaten with hammers and not break. These things are made to last. You can see more online, BrakelineOptics.com, BrakelineOptics.com. Or if you want to see them in person, Deep South Outfitters in Birmingham. Deep South Outfitters has them. You can touch them and feel them right there, buy them there, or go to BrakelineOptics.com.
I always like to make sure that I've gotten everything on that I gave Forrester during the week. I text him stuff all the time. It's what separates our show from most is what Forrester does and the way he punches this like it's a TV show with all the graphics and the videos and things like that. The only one I think, Forrester, I haven't gotten to is sources say the NCAA men's basketball tournament at this point will not expand. They sort of kept everything. Pete Thamel says they left the meeting yesterday with no recommendation for expansion. All options remain on the table, even for this upcoming season, to expand, but they left the meetings yesterday with no expansion. We're holding at 68 right now. Good news in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take it back to 64.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was weird that you would do this without any extra money on the table.
Yep.
Like, I wonder if this was just posturing for the future negotiation. Like, we're willing to do it, and we're showing you how willing we are. We'll take it up to the line.
Here's what it looks like. How much more will you pay for this?
That's right. And okay, if you're serious, then now CBS and Turner have to say, all right, can we cough up more money, or are we willing to have this on the open market that Fox or ESPN could take it away from us?
And here's the question I wanted to get to, two of them of college football nature before we get to trash here. One of them is a story today at USA Today. That's the way you do it, by the way. You put today first. The story today at USA Today.
Why don't you say the most recent USA Today? That's right.
Instead of USA Today today.
Yeah, that's right. The most recent USA Today.
In USA Today. Would college football be foolish to make a playoff like the NFL, to copycat the NFL?
In what way?
To go with the Big Ten's guaranteed bids and then play-in days and things like that, just about divisions in the NFL, conferences, and you earn your way in. Dan Patrick saying yesterday his sources tell him that 5-11 is the done deal, that they just haven't announced it yet. It'll be 5+11 when they expand the playoffs to 16 next year. That from Dan Patrick yesterday.
So for those that don't know, 5-11 is the 4 conference champions plus the highest group 5, and then the next essentially 6 teams in the rankings, or the next 11 teams, in the rankings.
Yeah,
I don't know why I was adding up to 11.
Yeah.
The next 11 teams in the rankings that are non-conference champions.
Yeah, so
pretty simple.
Instead of 5+7, it's 5+11.
Yeah.
The way we do it now, with no specific ranking for a conference champion, just what they're saying is the best 11 teams who are not conference champions.
I mean, I think that's the easiest, cleanest way to do it. I can't remember. You're on the 5-11, right?
Yeah, I'm on the 5-11. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, so that's what they're going to do. And then the final question before we do trash I wanted to get out today. And I forget who I saw this on their podcast last night that made my feed, and I wanted to give them credit, but I didn't see it, so I apologize for whoever I didn't see doing this. But somebody asked the question yesterday, 365 days from now, when we're sitting here on the Friday before SEC Media Days, or ACC Media Days in this case, is it out of the realm of possibility that when we're talking about the 10 greatest coaches in college football right now, that this time next year, we have Bill Belichick in our top 10?
No chance.
Well, I mean, we got Kurt Cignetti there on one good year at Indiana, on one that you showed earlier this week. So I guess, and I know he did stuff at James Madison before that. I'm not ignoring
Pro Football
that.
Focus that had Kirk Cignetti at 10.
No, but I mean, if North Carolina went 10-2 and played for the ACC championship,
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to do that, but if they did, I guess you can make the argument. It still feels quick, as it does with Cignetti, honestly.
But he brings with him a resume where he is considered by some the greatest NFL coach of all time. So he doesn't really have to do a lot to make us think, well, maybe he is one of the 10 best college coaches coaching right now. Well, I don't even know if he has to win the ACC to get into that conversation.
You brought up guys going back home, and, you know, John Robinson, a lot of people won't remember, was a really good coach, and I remember USC and the Rams. But, you know, he's not going to be on one of those lists. Bill Snyder, a great rebuild job, but he's not going to be considered one of the greatest coaches of all time. But Bill Walsh is the guy that I look at. I don't think people really talk about the Stanford days. People talk about the West Coast offense and what happened with San Francisco. So, you know, I get torn saying that Belichick can really cement his legacy. I think when it's all said and done, if even this year is a disaster and they were to go 2-10, I think we'll still remember him as maybe still the greatest coach in NFL history.
And I'm not asking as one of the 10 greatest college coaches of all time. I'm just saying current going into next year, he's one of 10. He's where James Franklin is, or he's where Dan Lanning is, or he's where
he's got the best resume of any current college football coach right now.
I just thought that was an interesting, and I apologize if I didn't see it, an interesting way to think about it. This time next year, is there a chance Bill Belichick is considered one of the 10 best active college football coaches? Because he isn't right now. And some of that has to do with, A, he hadn't done it yet, but B, his off the field.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a circus.
Yeah, off
but
the
boy,
field
that has
circus.
quietened down a lot, has it not?
It has.
I mean, we are a very short attention span society, but when's the last time you've heard the name Jordan Hudson? We joked the other day on EA Sports when we were showing the likenesses of the coaches that don't look like any of the coaches. How funny it would be if she were the one wearing the headset. Like she demanded, that's the only way we participate, is if I get to wear the headset on EA Sports.
I didn't know. I should have, because I've seen the publicity that it's over 300. Oh, by the way, I wanted to point this out. This has been on a couple of times. Here's the trailer to the Marlon Humphrey movie that debuts on the 31st in theaters.
Hey, you might be like Tyler. You might see that twice in a day, don't you?
Nothing but a winner. Luckily, I've lived most of it, but I've watched the trailer.
Jim saw it in color.
The trailer was emailed to me, and so I've watched it a couple of times.
So it's just about the history of Alabama football?
Yep. 2 of the game's greatest coaches, and it has Gene Stallings in there, too, who won his own championship. Nothing but a winner. And Marlon Humphrey's behind it. And on Good Morning Football this year on the NFL, this morning on the NFL Network, Marlon's on there with Bobby Humphrey, who both have pretty significant NFL careers. And they had the trailer and talked about the movie on there.
So is the screening when we're in Atlanta?
Yep.
I will not be at that. Will
Jim?
you guys?
I don't think I'm going to go.
Don't think I RSVP'd in time. I think it's Sunday night.
I don't know my schedule yet.
Yeah.
It's too early to commit.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I was expecting an out-of-the-theater reaction from you guys.
How would I start that? I would be like,
yeah, what's up, you guys?
What's up, guys?
I'll do restaurants for you over in Atlanta.
What's up, you guys? That was great barbecue we just had.
Michelson Laser Vision gets us to trash today. Tell us about Michelson.
205-969-8100. That is the number you need to call. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. They are going to hook you up with an absolutely free consultation, 0 to lose, to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
I do not want anything that carries the Starbucks logo on this church property. You hear me? That is Lilith 1000%. I've studied it. It is a demon. It is sexual deviance. I am done with I've been done with Starbucks for a long time. It's communist coffee anyhow. You can go and drink a gallon of Starbucks today. That's fine. Don't you bring in cups in this room. If I see it, I'm going to tell you to take it out. You hear me? I'm telling you, that company is not only one of the most godless companies on the planet, they are full-blown 1,000% a witch's coven. I promise you it's the facts.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Does that old cat ever talk about Jesus by chance?
I got to say, our buddy Tyler sent that to me.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Tyler.
Oh, okay.
And I watched the video, and it's real. Like, I thought that stuff was made up. Can you imagine being part of that congregation?
I cannot, Lance. No, I cannot imagine.
Can you imagine
that.
being told to leave?
Yeah. I mean, you would not have had to tell me to leave. I would have left well before he told people to leave. But we never hear him talk about Jesus or read a Bible verse. That's one thing I've noticed.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy, the delicious taste of Bud Light. If you are heading to the beach, lake, pool, wherever your destination is, maybe some pickleball, maybe the golf course. I will say T-minus 90 minutes before I have my first cold, delicious Bud Light.
I hear that thing crack already.
Okay, so Tyler, we talked about this yesterday. The most dangerous job in the world that nobody wants to do.
Underwater welding.
Resting on the lone rock off the Brittany coast of France. La Jument Lighthouse stands among the violent waves of the Iris Sea. It's known worldwide not only for guiding sailors through dangerous waters, but also for the courage required to keep it guarded. Sources also claim the keeper of this lighthouse takes home an annual salary of over $1 million US. Now, keeping it manned is not as easy as it sounds. Daunting task includes facing 20 to 30 meter high waves that smash around the tower all alone. Now, the story of the tower and its keepers displays great bravery, as the sea surrounding the tower is often harsh. Boats and ships unable to reach it. Even in rescue missions, this lighthouse can only be reached by helicopter.
Okay, wait. Now you didn't tell me the waves sometimes go over the top of the actual.
Yeah, but they're not going to get in there.
It could be Photoshopped.
How does it not get in there, Lance? It's
not watertight.
I would think it was built in the something hundreds.
It was completed in 1911.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 1900s.
1911.
Well, they built stuff good back then, though, Jim.
Yeah, so they just have a hard time.
A lot of people in the chat saying this is a hoax, Lance. You've been caught by an internet hoax.
Well, maybe. Sounds good though.
In hindsight, possibly.
Yeah. I
They
don't
get
know.
$24 an hour.
Yeah, it ain't a million. Yeah, $24 an hour.
Well, maybe
$24.31 an hour.
But do the math. If you work every hour for a
Okay.
year,
All right, hang on. Hang on.
No, so let's do 365 times 24.
24 hours a day times $24 an hour times 365.
This is like
it's $210,000.
Okay.
Of course, that's francs. I don't know what that
No,
does.
it was
in
U.S.
English
dollars.
Yeah.
U.S. dollars. Yeah.
Okay, it's still dangerous. You just don't make $1 million.
I don't
That's
know.
The hoax.
I don't think any of us are going to be over there doing it.
$200,000 to sit on my butt. I mean, what else do you do up there? Make sure the light's on.
It's gotta be boring.
Make sure the light's on.
I would assume, like, the cell service sucks at Lake Martin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the cell service is probably not good in this lighthouse.
Don't I get TV? I can sit and watch TV.
Hey,
I can play Dynasty on my PlayStation.
One boat hits a rock though when you're fired. One boat, that's all it takes.
I'm not on the boat. I just don't want my light tower to get washed away.
You'd have some flares. And if it gets bad enough, you shouldn't be out there sailing around anyway.
That's right. I was on you, buddy.
Yeah.
I left the lighthouse. I know we're a harbor in times of a storm.
I can't keep the boats from hitting the rocks. My job is to keep the light on.
All you got to do
I'm that old guy that owns Motel 6. I just keep the light on.
And it just spins around.
And I'm gonna do like techno. I'm gonna do different themes for the different days. Like Friday, Saturday is gonna be some
Rams
LED.
Rams won. The lighthouse is lit with blue and gold.
Yeah, it's like Vulcan when Vulcan was red and green. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would be one of the things. Like you would have to sacrifice all of your sports.
No, you could watch it.
Impossible.
Why?
Because the cell
How
signals
are
me
you
awful.
watching anything?
They don't have cable on that island.
Direct TV.
Oh, yeah. It never works in a storm. Did you see how bad that thing looked? You would never have a signal on DirecTV.
No, you really wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have a candle and you would have some books.
I'd have my Starlink. I'd have my Patriot Ready.
Those
2-for-1. What are they called? Generators for when the power grid goes down. I've got my Patriot generator ready to go. I can just keep those things charged and be good to go.
I really do wonder what kind of food, like the dry goods that you could have. Would it just be a bunch of canned stuff?
I've heard good things about those, like the Patriot meals or whatever.
Oh, there's no way those are good.
So it's like MRE stuff. You just like add water, and then you've got Salisbury steak.
Can I add salt water? Because there's plenty of that.
There's plenty
Just
of
open the window.
I think I told the story before. When we were kids, we would go to Rogers Army Navy downtown,
Yeah,
and they had the ration packs that you could buy. And I don't know why we did that, but we did. And I remember them as a kid not being awful.
So I would need all the news talk commercials to survive at this lighthouse.
Yeah.
I would need the 2 Patriot generators at a great price. I would need the Patriot food packs.
That's right.
The walkie-talkie transmitters.
I
or
would
whatever.
need that for communications. I would need Starlink from
That's right.
Sir Elon Musk.
Can you get a mail order bride to the lighthouse?
Basically, what you're saying is you're going to listen one afternoon to Leland Live and find out everything Leland's pitching.
I'm going to need all of that stuff
That's right.
there. And I'll need Greg from Pell City to come crawl on my roof to check that roof out.
I don't know about you guys. I'm sure it's the same. I see deer everywhere now, and I feel bad for them because they're looking for food, obviously.
We've encroached on their property.
But, you know, when I pulled out of here yesterday at 4 o'clock, to my right was a deer running across, what is this, Blue Lake Drive?
Yep.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll see about 22 today at Ballantrae.
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place.
Will we see any at the course we're playing?
Nah, not the course we're playing.
No
deer there.
Okay, so this deer was found Flagler Beach in Florida, July 6th. One clip shared on WOFL TV. Lifeguard Chase Hunter paddles out on a board, grabs the struggling deer from the waves, then places the deer onto the board before swimming back towards the shore.
Wait, does the lifeguard have a handlebar mustache, Tyler? Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, he does.
It does. It looks like he waxes the ends of it.
Yeah, boy, that is a look for a lifeguard right there. That is a look.
That's a couple of generations of lifeguards, right? You think it's father-son?
Father-son duo.
But did the bald guy, is the bald guy the one that went out to get him, or the guy with the handlebar mustache?
His hair's wet.
I trust the bald guy more.
That dude's hair's wet, though. He's been in the water, it appears.
But even the doughy guy in these long-sleeve T-shirts' hair's wet, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, they said they had to battle a torrential downpour, choppy waves, and avoid 2 sharks swimming in the water to get the deer to safety.
Oh, wow.
They were able to do it.
If the shark gets the deer, that's what we like to call the food chain. I mean, it's unfortunate for the deer, but it's
I
the
don't
way.
think that's typically the food
Yeah, I
chain.
don't-
Sharks eating deer.
Well, it is when the deer's in the shark's water and the shark eats it.
I said this last
The food
week.
chain has very few rules, Tyler.
We were floating in Lake Martin outside one of these band parties on the 4th.
Yeah.
And I said, how dramatically would everything change if there was only one great white in this
And
this
in
lake?
all of Lake Martin.
Yeah,
But
that's
you
it.
never know where it is.
And the
That's right.
percentages aren't good, but nobody would
Yep.
ever be
No, you're
comfortable with it.
absolutely right.
No, not
Head
at all.
on swivel, nonstop.
Not at all. I mean, I think it was an internet hoax. But correct me if I'm wrong, chat room or anyone that's live in here. Was there a bull shark in Lake Gunnersville at any point recently?
I saw that.
That was fake, right?
It could be. I just don't know how. It would be difficult to get to Lake Gunnersville from a saltwater.
It would have to be released. Somebody would have to release it.
Wait, I mean, you could do that. I just don't know.
Did you ever get fooled by the hoax of when there was a hurricane and there was a shark swimming up the interstate because the interstate was flooded?
Yeah,
But did you see Sharknado?
Sharknado, man. It
Tell me
happens.
hoax. I can't believe people fell for that.
No, I
one.
did see a legit yesterday in a pond in Australia or a lake in Australia. There was a great white.
Yeah.
And it had just gotten in there. It can't survive, but the bull shark can survive as long as it wants.
Yeah. See, so I'm just, I just assume everything I see now is fake.
I'm kind of with you. It has to prove to me that it's real.
Yeah.
I don't give benefit of the doubt on the
no
internet.
joke. No joke. And somebody's getting money for it. And I meant to send this for you for trash. They hit 1 million subscribers yesterday. It's a totally generated AI band on Spotify, and they've got 1 million listens.
So they're just
1 million
playing
subscribers.
songs that these are not even real people, and a million people.
Yeah,
subscribe.
like the band. It's a cheesy band. I'll find it.
But
for the
why
end of
would
trash.
you? Why would you not sign? I mean, Black Mirror did one on Ashley O. I don't know if you remember the episode with Miley Cyrus.
I never saw that one. I
It
need
was
to catch
it was
up on
it was a
Black
pretty
Mirror.
good one. And Miley Cyrus, by the way, the only artist that has been on the charts is 3 different titles: Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, and Ashley O.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, the only top 40. But you know, the thing was her caregiver or whatever was going to let her pass away, and they were going to have the hologram, and she was going to perform. But if you're a record label, you wouldn't have to deal with any of the pretentious artists and all their bullshit.
The Velvet Sundown. Can you search that? Because people were like, just look at the picture of the band. You could tell it's AI generated the band on Velvet Sundown.
Yeah,
We'll have it when LT is done with this here, but he's got it that quick.
The people don't think this is real, though, right? They know what they're getting into.
Yeah, 1.3 million listens.
Look at these guys are grinding, dude.
I know, they're having fun.
Look
They're
at their
out-
mouths. This is so obviously fake.
Yeah, I mean, people know this is fake, right?
They do.
Man, it looks like it smells in that VW.
Yeah, boy.
One of their songs is "Dust on the Wind."
No, it's not.
Yes.
All we are
Yeah.
is...
But they were joking about this on one of the news shows last night. Their first song on their album is "Dust on the Wind," and the last song is "In the Pain." End the pain. Like, God, it gets very dark. That movie, the whole album starts off "Dust on the Wind," and by the end it's "In the Pain."
Yeah, put me out of my misery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fake band, AI.
I am going to have to hold a couple of these, but I do want to get to this one because this is a pretty amazing story. I'm going to jump all the way to the end. The surfer in Australia, 19-year-old surfer in stable condition in a hospital after being found off the remote island, northern New South Wales, off the coast of Australia, and an outcome his father described as a, quote, 1 in a million. Now, Darcy Default's family were, quote, fearing the worst. His father, Terry, said in an urgent post to Facebook calling for rescue help on Wednesday night. Defaults had left his home on a bike at about 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, heading towards Woolly Beach, according to police. When he did not return home, family contacted police, quote, following a land and water search around Woolly Beach, including local police, marine rescue. The man was located safe on a small island off of Woolly. Police later confirmed the teenager was found north Solitary Island, a small rocky nature reserve, about 9 miles from the coast.
Well, I can't tell you, though, LT, how many times I tried to go to Woolly Beach and ended up on a solitary island.
Yeah. They did fear their worst, but Darcy took a cream Malibu surfboard with him to one tree at Woolly, went for a surf in a small swell sometime around 4 o'clock. He was wearing a dark rash. That's actually when he drifted out. And, boy, I mean, you go 8 miles off the coast and you're found? That's pretty
Ooh.
crazy.
So he was surfing.
Yep.
He didn't fall off his bike. He was surfing. and then because of what happened in the water, he ended up getting turned around and ended up at North Solitary Island. Wow.
Yeah. And boy, they got a lot of great whites in that
I wonder
water.
I wonder if you notice immediately I'm not at Woolly Beach.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like Woolly Beach.
No, in fact, I feel like I'm by myself, almost in solitary.
Yeah, I'm north.
Did he pop a cold beer right when he got rescued?
You think
Looks like it.
You think
Yeah.
South Solitary Island's the better one? Like, you went to North Solitary Island?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot more athleticism at South Solitary Island.
It just means more.
Woolly Beach. Sounds like a fun place right there. I wonder if it's Wooleye.
Wooleye Beach?
It could be Wooleye.
Wooleye. Yeah.
We're going to call it Woolly.
That is Trash Today, brought to you in part by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Champy's Chicken right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by and see Sterling and the crew over there. Megan and the guys. Great happy hour to start your weekend off right this afternoon. Still time for lunch today. Always great for dinner. And when we get to football in just 44 days, 43 days, you can always get the great tailgate package with our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. The one person you're looking forward to talking to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday next week? Or Sunday night?
If Arch comes by, I would be interested in talking to Arch Manning. I don't know if he's going to come by or not. Quinn Ewers did last year. It's different every year. You never know, depending on schedules. They may be on the, I haven't even looked at times. They might be on the podium while we're live. But I'd be interested in talking to Arch Manning. I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, like in Billy Napier with what he was able to navigate last year. Does he still feel like he is kind of in that danger zone? Venables, one of those guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of storylines, which, of course, we'll be throwing them out at you.
Roman Harper for me. I hope Roman gets a chance. I know he's scheduled to be with us, to swing by and sit down with us. We get Roman weekly on a video hookup, but to sit down with him and go toe-to-toe, I feel like every time Roman Harper leaves our show, I know football better than before he joins our show.
You feel smart. He makes you smarter.
I do. And I'd love to hear what Roman Harper thinks about this Alabama defense going into the season. Looking forward to that next week as well. Monday, it all starts from the ATL with SEC Media Days, brought to you by our friends at Baptist Health. We'll see you on Monday. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.